on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Viall Files. I'm your host, Nick, joined by the household boy. We got a jam-packed episode for you. The one and only Michael Rapaport, Fortune Feimster, both join us later this episode. Plus, well, we went to Kathy Hilton's holiday party last night.
Huge.
Was wild. Lots
Lisa
of fun.
Barlow was singing.
What'd she sing?
Like a holiday song. I didn't recognize it. Maybe it was
An original?
I think
maybe
she sang
it was an original.
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
No, she would not do a Mariah Carey.
I
don't
mean,
think so?
She would.
No.
I think she would, but I definitely saw a video of her
I'm-
and Kathy singing.
Yeah.
I'm
It-
pretty
Okay.
sure she did.
It was not.
Away in
All I
a
Want for
Manger,
Christmas.
perhaps?
I think it was Away in a
That's
Manger.
her- that's her
yes,
hit.
Yes, it was Away in a Manger. All I Want for...
Didn't she sing more than one?
No, she only sang one.
do you think Lisa Barlow will ever release a holiday album? I
She
see
needs
that.
to.
I see
Anything's
that
possible.
in her future.
She definitely
Yeah.
needs to. All of her castmates were like, why is she doing this?
Perfect.
We were with the rest of the cast. Well, Meredith was not. We did not see
Meredith and
Meredith.
Heather was not there. Brittany was not there.
Brittany and Heather were in New York doing Watch What Happens Live.
Okay.
Fair
But she
enough.
was invited.
Yeah, I believe so. Meredith unaccounted for. I was not made. No one really said anything about.
Her bath ran long.
Maybe,
She was pruny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they were like, "Yeah, Brandy and Heather are not here because of Watch What Happens Live."
hmm But
It
we
was really
had-
kind of the. It was a Salt Lake City show for sure, though.
There were no other housewives that I saw there.
Really?
Well,
Wow.
well, OC. There were some. There was
Who? Oh, Alexis Bellino and
John
and
Jansen
Johnny
and
J.
Johnny J were there.
Johnny.
Did we speak
Walked-
to them?
no,
Absolutely not.
Walked right past Johnny J.
Yeah, not interested in that conversation.
Yeah.
I was, but
Alone.
I don't want to create a scene.
Yeah. We didn't need to be yelling in the corner with Alexis Bellino.
Oh my
you
God.
know.
That's a true housewife.
No, I did
Right?
not clock any snow this year.
Oh, no.
No.
There was like little like tufts but it kind of was giving like filling, you know what I'm saying? Like stuffing filling.
From,
It
Like a
wasn't
teddy bear?
from like a teddy bear.
Okay.
Oh.
But not like a real snow machine.
real. They
No
did
asbestos.
have the pool
No, last
open, which
season
I
was real
believe
snow.
last year it was covered with snow.
Okay.
This year it was open, which seems
Hazardous.
very much so.
Yeah.
It was like you had to like shimmy around the pool to get to the bar, which feels dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
No
But
one fell in.
not on our watch. We
Yeah.
did get out of there early.
Yeah.
So
Well, we
Could've
were by
been.
the area edge of the pool, and then Natalie said, "Oh, there's Alexis Bellino," and then we immediately let's get away from the edge of the pool in case Alexis clocks us
And pushes you
Right.
and
in.
pushes us
and doesn't
in.
Yeah.
push.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I,
and then
I
probably
would
and
have
then
sued
sue
them.
us for that.
I would have sued them.
Yeah.
Actually, unfortunately for them, I would
Cold
have.
for being cold and wet.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's harassment.
I think so.
100%
Exactly. Cold and wet. You ever been cold and wet?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
I did talk to Mary, and she remembered that the last year that we were there, I was pregnant, and she, the last year she was like, "You're having a boy,"
Uh-huh.
and we were like, "No, we're not a boy." And then this year she was like, "You had a boy," and I was like,
She was like, "Did
No,
you have a boy?"
I didn't have a boy. But she was like, "Everyone here is lame," and I was like, "I know they are lame." She's like, "I don't want to be here. I didn't want to come."
Incredible.
It was perfect. It was the
Incredible.
Mary that I was hoping for.
Yeah. Was she mad that River's not a boy?
No.
Or, no?
She I did show her a photo of River, and she
Uh-huh.
went, "She looks nothing like you." And I said, "Perfect, thank you so much. I am aware." So yeah, thanks
She
for
said that to you?
Yeah, out of love. It was out of love.
No, she was
of course.
Perfect.
incredibly delightful.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Did
And we got
turn our Christmas trees
what?
on.
Yeah, why are Christmas
Why aren't
trees
our
on?
Turn it
Christmas
on.
trees on?
We have to plug them in.
It's
Plug it in.
plug it in.
Mary, do you mind plugging that one?
Yeah.
Sorry, it just was not giving holiday in here.
Oh,
Just
God.
giving like forest.
Yeah, we're talking about a Christmas party. We don't have any
Save the
Christmas trees on.
vibe.
Oh.
Get in
Oh.
there. Get in
Oh.
there, Mary. Yes. Yes.
Can I?
It's
No, we
plugged
got
in.
it. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on.
Okay.
It's on. It's on.
Okay.
It's on. It's on.
That would have been helpful 5 minutes ago.
Everything is okay.
I feel
Yeah,
like,
if you would have just told me it was
I
right
feel like
there, I
we
could have
really,
reached over.
I feel like we really bonded in that
Yeah.
moment. I was just trying to be helpful.
I felt like we bonded. Your ass was in my face.
Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Watching Nick try to turn on the lights after they'd already been turned on.
Yeah,
It's giving, man help.
Yeah.
it is giving man help.
Man help?
Yeah.
What is man help?
Like, clearly we already did
Not
it, but
helpful?
it's like, oh, but can I? Oh,
It's
okay,
like you
got
watch
it.
the woman like
Yeah.
stand on 4 stools to get
Mhm.
to reach that, and then once you grab it,
Yeah,
it's like,
that
oh, do you
happens
want me
all
to
the
get
time.
that?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm absolutely the worst, and everyone else is the best.
I will
Yeah.
say, I know it's man help, but I don't think it's necessarily gendered because I do tend to do that sometimes.
Just sit and watch people.
It's like, oh, I got that.
Yeah, you're like, do you need any help?
After it's done.
And when they've
After it's
already
done,
locked
mhm.
in. Yeah, but I also just know that, like, I'm not going to be of use. I'm usually there for emotional support.
I am nothing if not for use.
I'm nothing if not for use.
Yeah.
Say more.
Do you think you're used?
No,
I-
he thinks
I-
it's
For
useful.
you.
I desire to be useful.
Oh,
I don't know what man help is, but it doesn't apply to me. I got caught in a situation
Mhm.
where I didn't know where the light was.
but you're
Mary
but-
did jumped up, but I've never just watched people do things I could do on my own.
No, you haven't, but you do. Your man help is on your time.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
we need to get this
You're right,
down from the
I-
attic, and it's
I-
like
Do not jump.
Not
as
in this
soon
moment.
As soon as I'm giving an assignment.
not within the hour at all, or the next 2 hours. Maybe this weekend.
Maybe sometime
Maybe
after you
this-
do
this
it.
weekend.
I was
Yeah.
gonna do that.
After I get the stool and I crawl up there, then it's like, well, I would have done it.
Yeah, right.
If
If
you
you
would have
would've
just
just
asked,
asked.
I was going to do that.
Saturday morning, I need to decompress from my long week of work, and Nellie wakes up, and then she has a list of, oh my God, here's the things I want you to do today. You know,
Clean the rain gutters. Come on.
yeah,
It's
some,
fun.
some
It's
version of
easy.
that.
Gutters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have not cleaned the
Yes.
gutters. We hire for that.
I appreciate that.
Which we also have not
Hired.
hired anyone for that. So
Dirty,
we
dirty
don't do either,
gutters.
clearly.
But I gotta say, really hanging out with the, we got some tea. Lots of tea. So much tea.
Tea that
I
can
don't-
be
lots of
spilled.
No, I don't know if we really should spill the tea.
Plus,
It was a lot about what we're going to see potentially at Reunion.
Talking to some people in the cast, they feel good about how they showed up.
Okay.
ooh.
And how
You
they
know?
delivered. Now, they don't obviously know how the edit will be, but they are confident in what they said and delivered within the next
And I am rooting
few
for them.
episodes.
I hope what was said was what happens.
Yeah.
So curious. I can't wait to
Yeah.
find out.
I said to a handful of the ladies, I will say, wasn't Lisa. We didn't see Lisa. Lisa was busy singing.
Yeah, we did
Um,
not get a chance
We
to
didn't get a chance to say
chat.
hi.
Yeah.
But I also told one of her castmates that my Salt Lake City wish, and I don't care if it's this season or 5 seasons from now, because I'll wait. I'll be patient. All I want is for Lisa on bended knee, crying and begging someone for forgiveness on the show.
I don't think she would get on a knee.
But that
Or
is,
2 at that.
that is my Christmas. That
Definitely
is
not
my
to.
Bravo Salt Lake City Christmas miracle wish.
Well, I think Lisa will hear this and then she will do everything in her power to not give you your Christmas wish.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't
Like
think
the
Lisa.
They
last
want me to
thing.
get on my knees on the podcast.
yeah.
There was a lot of people coming up, and the Vicky. I'll tell you what, that Vicky episode
Mm,
It
wildly
made some
talked about in
waves.
Bravo Nation.
Yeah.
beautiful.
It definitely
It
made
really,
some waves.
it really made some waves. I was really just caught off guard. I will say, and I think we need to acknowledge for Vicky that
Mhm.
if that appearance on the Viall Files was any kind of addition, I think she nailed it.
Yeah.
You know, we
For executive producer.
maybe not. No, but we
What if we replace Alexis Bellino and give back Vicky?
yeah, right. They got to get rid of Alexis.
Shannon needs someone
An
on
ally.
her side.
But Vicky doesn't want to film with Tamra
Well,
I think she'll get over it.
I think
if
she'll
she
get
gets
over it.
a-
when she
Yeah.
gets that
If she gets a
check.
paycheck. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
she can.
She's got to go
she-
back to Mexico.
She'll kick and scream, and she'll talk about not being an executive producer. But
Mhm.
I think if they ask, Vicky's a come on and running.
I don't know how many seasons Tamara has left in her.
Really?
T. Say more.
Well, she mentioned at the Christmas party, the not this one, but Crystal's dinner, that she's like, I don't need this.
Yeah. Selling
She
your
really
soul for
doesn't.
drama is hard.
Yeah, she was
Hard
like,
work.
she says her podcast is doing just fine.
And then we got to witness a scene.
We did witness a scene, a housewife scene.
It could have been an
unfilmed.
unfilmed scene for sure. It was
Starring
awesome.
who? Can I get a franchise?
Whitney.
Okay.
Yeah, starring Whitney,
starring Whitney.
and a little bit of Angie.
and a little bit of Mary.
And a little bit of Mary.
Wait, y'all were in an episode of Salt Lake City and you
No,
didn't start with that?
No cameras.
We had a front row seat. We were not in the scene.
We
Okay.
were not in the scene.
To be clear, they were all united.
Yes,
Ooh.
the three of them were together. It was against someone else. So that was crazy. You know what else is crazy?
What?
Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly allegedly call it quits after just
Wow.
announcing.
Is it alleged that they call it quits, or
Well,
is it
I
alleged
don't think
why?
I don't think Megan herself or Machine Gun Kelly himself have been like, "Hey, yeah, we're broken up."
But no
so
one's
it's
like
gotta
put
be
out an
alleged.
Instagram post being like, "Rumors, we're in love."
No, a close source of the
Mm.
friend
No.
has said.
But isn't it? It's like mainstream news. No.
Well, and Megan's pregnant, so they just
Yeah.
announced that recently. So that's why we were like, well, what is going on?
Apparently, she found text messages from other women in his phone.
Allegedly.
Oh.
Allegedly. And Megan Fox is done.
And this is like a source close to them.
Well, page 6.
Machine.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah,
Obviously.
The machine.
What is Machine doing? Do you think she calls him Machine?
No, his name is
No.
Colson.
Yeah.
Do you think she
She
calls
probably-
him Colson?
I think she does call him Colson.
Cool.
My
Cole?
twin flame.
Colson,
She only calls him
Honey Boo Bear?
Colson when the round runs out.
the machine gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but apparently he was talking to other women behind her back.
But this is from page 6.
Yeah.
It's a source said when they went away for the holiday week, Thanksgiving holiday, she became suspicious and decided to go through his phone, found text messages involving other women, and decided she was done.
Women's intuition.
A woman's intuition.
Mhm.
How far along is she pregnant? Do we know? No, she just
Multiple months.
Yeah, for sure. She's months for sure.
She's showing.
Months for sure.
She is showing. Well, that is sad, when children are involved. That's
I
sad.
mean-
But I also do feel like they are a breakup, get back together type of couple.
That's what I said.
You
I was like, we
know.
don't even know what term she's
I
in. By
think-
like third term, she probably
Because
will be
weren't
back
they
together.
aren't they engaged? Remember the
They were
the-
engaged and then they broke
the
up.
ring with like the thorns or something.
Well, I
Yes.
really hate this for Colson. He's a piece of shit. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, if your partner is pregnant with your child, it's your job to not create unnecessary stress. And this is maybe the most unnecessary stress one could create for someone who's pregnant.
Absolutely.
Assuming these
She's
alleged
around
rumors are
5
true.
months pregnant.
Oh my God, the horror.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Colson.
Get it
Would
together.
Smack the tattoos off his dumb little face.
Well, now he just painted his arms black
Mhm.
Yeah, he covered up all those tattoos.
with
Wow.
one big black tattoo. Wouldn't it have just been easier to get a tattoo removal?
No, definitely
Well,
not.
we saw that in Vanderpump Rules. Those are very long and
It was
very
easier
painful.
just to
Probably.
really.
I mean, it would have never been fully away. You can never get it like back. So he just would have had like lighter tattoos.
They leave a mark.
It's not like your skin beforehand. No,
Mm.
it is
Then
not.
he really would have looked like a
Oh
dork.
fuck! No, I'm just kidding.
Did y'all see that Joe Burrow's house was like broken into and
Is it
someone
time
was
for
there?
Vibe versus
I think it
Stats?
is.
Bling Ring Edition?
Bling Ring Edition.
Which is crazy.
This Vibes versus Stats segment of the Waffle House brought to you by Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful pistachios with no shells come in a variety of flavors, including chili roasted, honey roasted, sea salt and vinegar, smoky barbecue, sea salt and pepper, jalapeno lime, and the newest seasonal limited time edition, sweet cinnamon. With a wide range of flavors, there's a Wonderful Pistachios product for every taste bud and occasion. They are perfect for your game time gatherings and for taking with you on the go. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more.
This week, there has been some crazy drama happening in the NFL. The Bengals quarterback, Joe Burrow's home, broken into during Cincinnati's win over Dallas on Monday. No one was injured in the break-in, but the home was ransacked, according to police reports. And celebrity break-ins may seem a dime a dozen. We've already covered them in the Bling Ring multiple times during Dorit Kemsley's whole thing in Housewives. We've
course.
seen it. We've even seen it in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. Here's the real kicker about this is that who was the one to report this heinous crime? Olivia Ponton.
Not our Sports Illustrated TikTok star.
Yes.
Are they coupled up?
NFL.com described Olivia as, quote, a person who is employed by Burrow.
Employed?
Which is
What?
nasty
Uh-oh.
work.
Gagged.
What does she do for Joe?
That's the point.
That's the point. That's so evil. There have been dating rumors.
She's a creative director for Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
She is a Victoria's Secret
Employed.
model.
Employed by
She
Joe
dated
Burrow.
Canadian soccer player
Oh.
Colin Novak.
If you
Yeah.
listen closely enough, I can hear a publicist getting fired right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't make up stories about somebody whose entire life is on TikTok.
Yeah.
We know everything.
The thing about it is, though, that, like, she's famously bisexual, and it's just very funny that like of all the men in the NFL, it's Joe Burrow, which is he in the way that he does like kind of look like Pennywise and loves to wear a sweater vest. He's the closest thing you can get to a lesbian in the NFL.
Also, it seems like maybe you could call her a crime fighter / hero. Why
or
are
at
we...
least her mom.
Okay, but what happened? So she pulled up to the house and saw it.
Yeah, she goes to the house.
Dropping off coffee. So
yeah.
Could...
She's doing her, you know, she's doing her assistant thing.
She's organizing his
clocking in. She's clocked out. And she
showed up for work.
Yeah. And then when you show up to your office and your office is ransacked, you're going to be shocked. And who would you call first? But your mom.
Oh.
She called her mom.
She did.
She called her mom, who then called the police
She's
on
like,
her
Mom,
behalf.
there's like glass everywhere and like the door's open and like the house is trashed and like what?
Do you think Joe's trying to surprise me?
Yeah.
Do you think Joe's proposing? So she called her mom.
She called her mom and her mom called the police.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that insane?
But also saying that her daughter is in the house and doesn't know what to do. Should she leave? Should she go upstairs and hide?
What should she do?
Will she walk in?
Yeah.
Like maybe the burglars aren't upstairs.
They could be. They
I
could
know,
not be.
but she should go up
But
there.
she's just standing there calling her mom, waiting for the call back, being like, do I leave? Do I stay? And he's playing a football game.
Yeah. Winning a football game?
I think that speaks to her bravery and heroism. Because like I
She is a
assume
true
that
hero.
like should I stay and fight this crime or
For sure.
Avengers
We've all
unite.
watched
Yeah.
Law and Order.
Do
We
I
all
avenge
have
Joey? Yeah.
Yes.
we all have our like scenario in our head of what would we do.
I just always thought Olivia Benson would always be there. You know?
I was
or
hoping
at least
Stabler.
Ice-T. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I
would-
need a
I
I
w-
need a detective Stabler to be
Yeah.
there. Okay, if we're kidnapped, if we're being held hostage,
Yeah.
if someone breaks in, like here's what
I would
we're
do.
gonna do. And
Mhm.
Olivia's here's
Gonna
what
call
she
her
would
mom.
do. Yeah, she's
I would
gonna-
probably also call my mom.
100% I'm calling my mom.
I'm out.
it starts with debating
No,
whether
I'm calling
you
my mom.
insert
No, I'm calling my
yourself
mom in the
into
car
said
as I'm
crime.
backing out of the driveway, being like, "Holy fuck, mom!
What do I do?
Can you call the police?"
But
That's
everyone's
crazy.
okay. Have they caught the vandals?
As of today, I don't think they have caught the vandals yet.
Is there a security camera footage? Because I am interested in seeing that.
I have seen the call, the little
You've seen
waveforms
her
that they
mom
show
on
on
the
the
phone
call.
911.
You know, she was live streaming on TikTok the whole time.
Well, it's tough because like when these players are playing,
Yeah.
People know.
It's like
People
a
know.
whole thing. Like, people have been burglared. Like, this, what happened with Travis Kelce,
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, yeah.
Crazy.
The Bengals and Joe Burrow, while getting over this trauma, will be playing the Tennessee Titans this weekend.
okay.
They're kind of uninteresting, but I guess quarterback Will Levis always looks like a meme, is what I've heard from the streets. So,
Oh, okay.
and by the streets, I mean my roommate Cade, who
Okay.
showed me pictures of him looking goofy. But yeah, I think vibe-wise, like, we kind of have to.
It's
stand
Bengals
up for
versus
Joe.
Titans?
It's Bengals versus
I
Titans.
do feel like
We got to go Bengals. I
Yeah.
mean,
we gotta go.
we got to go with
I
the
mean,
crime
his
fighter.
house was just burglarized.
Yeah, you
Come
can't.
on.
That's.
He needs
He needs a vibe.
It
he
is-
needs a vibe.
Yeah.
And his employee, maybe possible girlfriend, is also a crime fighter / hero.
Yes.
So
Exactly. We need a manifestation. for him.
Manifestation. Okay.
has she responded to the allegations of her employment?
Not that I've seen, but keep looking at her TikTok. I'm sure. If someone called my maybe boyfriend my like employer, I
Gagged.
would lose
I
my
would be
mind.
100%. I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
The way that I would immediately release a sex tape.
Yeah. But I do want to say the thing is, like, it's so
well,
funny.
I don't know if that would help.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
Joe Burrow needs to talk to HR because he's
Yeah.
sleeping
Who
with
is
his
HR? Her
employee.
mom. But this isn't even. So we're going Bengals though.
Okay, we're going back.
You're
Cool.
going
Yeah,
Bengals.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay.
Do
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
I think
Your
you should go
stats.
Titans.
My high school was the Titans, so
Oh.
Okay, I'll go.
So if you
Titans.
care about Justin, yeah.
I'll
Okay.
go Titans.
Cool. There's also some more drama going on in the NFL because I want to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are the focal point of some major flack right now, and I want to choose my words carefully in order to
What
make
is
my
this sweatshirt you have on?
neutrality as a journalist. Again, neutrality as a
No, of
journalist. But they fucking wiped the floor with the Cleveland Browns
was the
last
score?
Sunday.
You don't remember?
What was this? No, I don't. But it was a lot of points versus not
Yeah.
that many.
Okay. Lost a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Reset the floor.
So what's the tea that's going on right now, right? So Carly Teller, the wife of Browns guard Wyatt Teller, took to social media
Did
after
she?
the game, stating, "The fans in Pittsburgh today were so blatantly disrespectful to me and the Browns girls. I've never felt so attacked by people who I literally
Is she a Browns
did
wife?
nothing to." Yes.
Oh.
She's Wyatt Teller's wife. She said, "Very sad / embarrassing behavior."
What did they do?
Well, for context, the Steelers and the Browns have like a historic rivalry.
What did you do to her?
Well, after the game in Pittsburgh, fans famously love to chant really, really loud, "Cleveland sucks."
Okay.
But like, I personally would never do that.
No.
You know, like I love the people of Cleveland. Like Molly Shannon is from Cleveland. I
Sure.
would never.
Yeah.
Okay, so she wasn't like they were throwing ice at me. They were
No, they literally were
spitting
just
on
saying
me.
They're being rude.
Cleveland sucks. They do it all the
Okay.
time. And this was in Pittsburgh. And also, I actually have a first-hand source that I've reached out to gather information on this because I've wanted to know what really went down.
She calls you guys out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my brother Nicholas, who was in Pittsburgh at this very game, I called him in for a quote, and he said, and I quote this directly, "Your husband is getting paid millions of dollars to lose games, so get some tougher skin."
Gagged.
So your move, Carly.
wow. What do you have to
Anyway.
say back to that, Carly?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if any Pittsburgh fans read that comment from Carly and thought, "I'm sorry, we went too far."
Yeah. Also, the Steelers are playing the Eagles this week, famously a team with a kind and loving fan base.
A Pennsylvania rivalry.
Pennsylvania rivalry. And the Eagles are also
Good.
having some drama because their captain had to issue an apology for some locker room
Who's
controversies.
their captain?
Wide receiver, it's a
A.J.
defensive
Brown?
captain. Yeah.
Oh.
So wide receiver A.J. Brown criticized the team's passing offense following their 22-16 win over the Panthers. This caused some shit stirring when defensive captain Brandon Graham criticized Brown's comments and said that A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts' relationship wasn't the same as it had been in the past years and that they were not as close as they used to be. Graham then called into a radio station, 94.1 WIP, which I assume is the Watch What Happens Live of Philadelphia, and apologized. But as we've seen from Scotty in the Ultimatum, we can all take accountability and not really mean it. And this is really
So
giving
true.
like Kyle Richards Dorit, like exaggerating friendships.
Yes.
So
Oh, the vibes in Philly are
The
not
vibes
good.
in Philly are not
The vibes
good.
in Philly last year were not good to close out the
Mhm.
season, are they?
yeah, I mean, and they're on a run, but like, what is this turmoil going to mean for the team?
Wait, so it's Steelers versus Eagles.
It's Steelers versus Eagles. So we're either picking the Pennsylvania team that knows how to bully in a fun way, or the Pennsylvania team that has the kind of behind-the-scenes tension that got Vanderpump Rules recast.
I
Wow,
feel
when you
like
put it
since
that
we
way,
do
Mary.
love you, we
Yeah.
do have to go Steelers.
Yeah.
I'll go Philly.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Where is it? Is it in Pittsburgh or is it in Philly?
Philly.
Okay. All right.
So
Advantage Eagles.
advantage Eagles.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
That's stats.
that does it.
versus
For, that
vibes.
does it for stats versus vibes. Vibe versus stats. However, whatever order you want. Thank you, Wonderful Pistachios, for sponsoring this segment of the Viall Files. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more.
Did you see Beyonce's mom liking post on
Oh.
Instagram talking about the whole Jay-Z of it all?
But now she
She's
said she
hacked.
said she was hacked.
She said she was hacked.
Tina.
I will
But also,
say
She's-
that's
has
pretty
it-
believable.
But also, hasn't she been known to hate Jay-Z?
Yeah, my whole thing is that I'm like, what is this like? If
Say with
so-
your chest though.
Yeah, but I'm like, if someone's gonna hack you, you think the only thing they're gonna go do is like a post from ABC7 Chicago about your
Is that all
daughter's
that-
husband?
Is that all that happened?
That's all that happened. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
There's not like
Yeah.
stories. There's not like things being exposed. When people used to hack,
They didn't try to sell some merch or
Yeah,
anything like
they
that.
Yeah.
no.
Well, is when they hack your account, they're starting OnlyFans and like
Literally.
leaking alleged sex tapes. Like they're not
Right.
liking random.
Just one.
ABC7
Just,
News.
just liked one post.
I
Yeah.
think it's way more likely that she's like an older woman, and like I follow Tina on Instagram. She's so funny, but she's posting as if she is an older woman, and sometimes you just like things.
I think sometimes you often like things.
But I
Yeah.
will also say, like, it wasn't like it was like a picture of Jay-Z and Beyonce to where she would have been like, oh, my sweet daughter and son-in-law. Like it said in big, bold letters across the entire picture.
But also,
like,
does
what he was
liking
accused of.
necessarily mean you're like
Supporting.
support? You know what I mean? Like it
Well,
could just
when
be
it
like I've
says-
seen this.
When it says accused,
you know?
you're just verifying.
Been there.
Yeah, like interesting. I do that sometimes.
So
I
that
just be-
everyone else knows that's all, that
like,
was on your For You
If we're
page.
talking about anyone
Yeah.
over 60, I guess anything is possible when it comes to social media engagement,
Exactly.
like how they engage with the internet. But
like
it-
when I
it-
see a news headline, I'm like,
It is a weird day, given the day after following an horrific accusation
Yeah.
towards her son-in-law.
Yes.
For her to be,
liking any picture with him and Diddy in the same shot.
even just to be casually on the internet, as if like,
Yeah.
because that explanation is just like, you know, it was just another day of her drinking coffee and scrolling in IG, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like we see that like all the time where people are like go back and I think they just like don't realize that other people can see or that your name might come up if you're closely associated with whoever's looking at that same post.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't think that she had the wherewithal to think like, oh, anybody could see it or like think twice about it. She might have just double tapped, didn't think about it. But it's hard for me to believe that I'm like with a post with Diddy the day after these accusations that you were like, ABC 7 Chicago? Like,
Yeah.
Do you remember when Instagram had the tab where you could see everybody's liked photos?
yes.
So
Terrible.
intrusive.
That
Yeah.
got so many people in
Crazy.
trouble,
I
ruined so
know.
many relationships that needed to be ruined though.
Yeah.
No, but like that is the point. Even though like I don't think we really buy Miss Knowles' like engagement with how, but like I do think people often like liked things that didn't necessarily mean they supported those things at times because you could accidentally double tap or like, yeah, you could.
You don't even have to double tap. Your thumb just has to be in the wrong place.
Or they
Sure.
have like their like River like holding their phone, and sometimes she's
Yeah.
like
They're
in
definitely
someone's
gonna
maybe
have
DM, and I'm
Solange
like,
had maybe Solange had Tina's phone.
maybe Solange had Tina's, and she was like kind of like sleepy.
Beyonce is
Yeah.
sticking by Jay-Z. So
Yeah.
a source did speak out and said that she wholeheartedly believes him, supporting him throughout.
Does she have a choice?
That's
hard
a
to
wife
hear.
thing to say for sure.
They also did like a whole family photo at the Mufasa.
Yeah.
I
they-
did see
they-
that.
they
They were
came
cheering
out
on Blue Ivy. I
together.
saw that, yeah. United
Jay-Z
front.
looked a little scared on the red carpet.
He looked lost.
He should.
Hey, yeah, I mean, regardless of what's true, I guess.
Yeah.
that would
Didn't
be-
singer MIA come out and say something that is the very famous Paper Planes song? You know what I'm saying?
Paper Planes?
Yeah, I like planes. If you catch me in the border, I
She
got
claimed
planes in
Jay-Z
my
told her to
name.
get
Yeah.
plastic surgery when she first signed to his record label Rock Nation.
Okay, so
Oh.
she's just like being like, "Oh, I have a story about Jay-Z as well."
Yeah,
type
she
of-
just said that was the first thing that he said to her when she signed.
I wonder what
I'm-
plastic surgery, like
I believe that.
a rhinoplasty, or
I don't know.
he's like, you would breathe a lot better if you got a DVA
You know what?
septum.
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
JR
you look,
would
you
really
look a
a
little
lot better.
congested.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
JR?
upsetting and
He
gross.
seems like he has a deviated septum. As someone who used to have a deviated septum. JR. A little
Who's
nasally.
JR?
Who's JR?
from the Ultimatum.
From the Ultimatum.
Oh, I have my own theory on him, but okay.
Do you want to get into the ultimatum?
Yeah, let's get into the
Let's get
ultimatum.
into the ultimatum.
Mm.
Episode 6.
Can I just say, and I'll just stand on my own on this, but I feel like I was gaslit by Scotty.
So was
on
I.
This interview.
So was I.
This
So
episode
was
going in,
I.
I'm like, this is not giving sarcasm. This is not giving we're on
No.
the same page.
This is not giving hee hee ha, we're joking.
No.
Everybody's in on the bit.
This was giving aggressive
Mhm.
and like, I've only known you for 2 weeks. Why the fuck are you coming at me like this?
Yeah.
The storming around the apartment, not saying anything, not answering any questions, but throwing those like death stares at her. I was like,
Over a silly rumor.
over a rumor he's not even your friend.
And then for him to be like, I never accused you of that.
Anytime a man is sitting on his phone like this and just like not looking at you, it's over.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's done. The way that he
Really?
I was going to
I
say.
was just kidding.
I
That
mean,
made me laugh.
I guess, do I ever do this?
But you're not giving like death eyes.
You're not doing Scotty.
Yeah, Scotty was like pouting on his phone, just being like,
Xana did say, "Are you asking me or are you telling me?"
yeah.
She handled herself
Yes.
very well.
incredible.
Very
Yeah.
poised, very
She's
calm.
a
She
goat.
really gave him all the benefits of the doubt.
The second she said you're obsessed with JR, the smoke that poured out of his ears.
Literally.
I mean,
I'll defend him on that one. I'm just over this whole like, when did JR become this like God's gift to like? I
don't think it's JR thinks that he is God's gift with the whole conversation with Nick being like, is it because it's me? Is it because it's me?
Yeah,
but I
there's
do
that
think
theme of like, imagine someone being like, you're obsessed with whoever. Like there's no way not to act.
I think
be
after
reacting.
you're like, hey, because you take your phone to the bathroom at 1:30 in the morning, you're texting JR and telling him things
Oh
about
my
me is giving
God.
obsessive.
But also,
I think
Maybe she's
Scotty's-
going on TikTok.
I think Scotty's
Maybe
being
she's a
obsessed. I think Scotty's obsessed with being right.
my whole thing is that this is where I get confused with the show because I'm like, are you getting mad at her for texting her actual boyfriend,
Boyfriend?
that she wants to
No.
propose to her?
No, that
Yeah.
part is crazy to me for all of these people.
Right?
Where it's just like, I'm all for the role play. I'm all for the experiment,
yes.
seeing what it's like to have a quote unquote like fake temporary. But the disrespect of these actual relationships as if you have any authority
Yes.
or right over these relationships, I just find to be like take away from the experiment. It's disrespectful to like any of these relationships.
1,000%.
You know,
The reality
Yeah.
of the real relationships, and then it's like him being upset about her talking to her partner, and you're just like, you don't. This has been 2 days
Yeah.
that you guys have been in this trial marriage. She owes you nothing.
Yeah.
Also, isn't the point of this relationship to figure out what you can work on to be a better partner in your real relationship?
And
Yes.
then Zaynah's telling him exactly what he needs to work on, and he's like, "No, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're actually you're
He's like,
keeping things from me."
It's insane. Once again, and I'll say it with my full chest, Scotty's insane.
I will say he had, a couple of good explanations for his first actions, but Zaynah was very clear on like what is this energy you're bringing? I'm leaving. I don't feel comfortable staying in this place with you.
Yeah.
You're gaslighting me. Like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Mhm.
All very valid.
And then-
I don't feel like he would have had any excuse for that. There is no like, oh, you're missing context, or oh, we were
Mm-mm.
joking. There's none of
No.
that.
No.
I'm scared.
And
I didn't
him-
even like his answers from our interview with him. I mean, they were all just like long answers that made me just like, are you even answering this question?
it was definitely giving blame in the edit. Yeah.
Well, I will say I got a lot of DMs from people who claimed to have known him personally,
Uh-huh.
and they're not fans of the person they know.
But the emotional maturity or seemingly emotional maturity of Arya juxtaposed to what seems to be a lack of emotional maturity from Scotty is jarring. They did Stones. I keep forgetting that they are an original couple, and I don't see how.
No, watching him argue with Zaynah gives me. Obviously, they've known each other for 3 weeks. And he's been with Arya for 3 years. It gives me just the slightest glimpse into their relationship
Mhm.
and makes me want to like wake Arya up and be like, if you don't leave this man, obviously we don't know if they're together, but like, please do not marry this man.
Right.
It's
I'm
gonna be
begging you.
very
is-
interesting to see what they're what are they the recoupling? What do they call it?
Yeah, the recoupling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
ultimatum.
The
Yeah,
ultimate,
they're
like
back
what
with-
that's gonna look like of this
The
3
switch
weeks.
up,
The
or the
switch
change
up.
up.
Yeah, the change up.
Change up.
When they're back
The
together,
change up.
like her Arya after spending time with Caleb, actually having a person that seems
Just decent.
decent and more emotionally available
Well,
than Scotty.
She's very quick to articulate just how much better
Yes.
she thinks she's a fit with Caleb over Scotty,
Yes.
which I will be interested to see how Scotty embraces that feedback.
Did anyone else
Yeah.
understand why Sandy started sobbing about Nick?
Yeah, because JR was kind of coming at her in a very weird way,
Mhm.
where he was angry with her for talking to Nick, which again, to Sierra's point, it's like, why are we getting upset with people for texting and talking to their actual partners?
It gives like they've had a plan to like leave with each other, and now JR's feeling like, why are you texting him? Like, I thought we had this good thing going on. That's what that is giving.
Interesting.
But it's like, I mean, Sandy's like physical reaction to whatever she claims Nick is doing. She's like, I just want him to stop. Like, I don't know what he's doing because they're not showing it. What they are showing is him getting an incorrect tattoo.
yeah.
That's wild.
So,
It seems like he's just
Yeah.
blowing up Sandy and not respecting, quote unquote, the trial period.
But again, like the whole thing is just so weird to me because I'm like, is he wrong for that?
No.
That's the
Yeah.
woman he wants
No.
to marry. And he's like, dude, you've been sitting here having another relationship. I'm by myself and you're not giving me anything. And I feel like JR and Sandy are taking this experiment to a whole nother level that none of the other couples are.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everybody else understood the assignment and they're like, well, like, am I
Mhm.
leaving with you or am I leaving with my partner? And it's like,
She kissed him twice just to say goodnight.
you know?
Yeah.
And she's about to like tell Nick that she only kissed him twice.
It's literally kissed him twice in one night.
but we
Well,
actually,
Well, that was just what we saw before they turned the lights
Yeah,
off.
1000%.
But it was like
Yeah.
peck, and then he pecked, and then she went back for more.
Mm-hmm.
but they also kissed before they even chose each other. So like,
Yeah. I will say,
We've seen like 7.
yeah,
feel like.
they're making out. Yeah.
they're sleeping in the same bed.
Yeah. They're
Which, like,
doing something.
She's backing it up in bed. She's doing the wiggle.
They're
No.
spooning.
Yeah, she's backing up and giving that little shimmy, just to get that extra inch. Into the
I don't
garage.
think you need to do it. You don't need to show us.
Is
I
that
think
what
we
you
all
look like when
know.
you back it up?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
It is.
You want to hear something crazy? This isn't spoiling, but I watched ahead in this batch, and the tattoo that Nick got is a tattoo that JR has.
Stop.
No.
Okay, and here's where
No.
Not a
No,
spoil, but
you're
you,
kidding.
here's where I do kind of want to defend Sandy
I feel for
because
Nick. That's not cool.
That's dark.
yeah.
But they're like, it's like Latin
Like-
words, right? Like how did he get the same tattoo?
I guess
as
it's like a
JR?
common
He's
man
spiraling.
tattoo.
Did y'all hear JR say the two words holding space?
I did.
Yes.
Yes.
What
Yes,
the
he
fuck?
did. So did Nick.
I think it's just been a thing that people have said and no one ever thought about. And now anytime
I've
somebody
never
says
heard it
it,
in my
I'm
life.
like, whoa.
Yeah, I've literally never heard that in my life. So that's crazy.
Yeah. No one mourns the wicked.
I've heard the term holding space, like I hold space in my heart for that person
Sure.
or something like that, but
Yeah.
like not as like a verb.
I
Yeah.
just
Well,
made a
Nick's-
playlist called Holding Space.
Love.
Nick was talking to Mariah and he said it was interesting to hear JR describe her holding space because that hasn't happened for me.
Hmm.
So again, the question is, what does holding space mean?
I think it's in your heart.
Holding space means like you're
Yeah,
giving.
in that context, I don't know what he means.
I feel like it means you're like setting aside like a portion of your head.
You're giving something some kind of energy.
You're giving
for
it
sure.
attention and you're like intentionally giving it attention. You're holding space for it.
Yeah, but in the context of
You know?
JR and Sandy, what is Sandy doing differently with JR that she's not doing with Nick that equals holding space?
Oh, that I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was just thinking about
I would
phonetics.
just like to read a couple of the things that Scotty said in this argument. That's unnecessary drama. You're too old for that. At 32, you should hang up the drama jersey.
That's tough.
Another one. You are painting a real ugly picture of yourself with your true colors right now.
I wish we had Scotty on this episode to read him that line and be like, how is this a joke?
So yeah,
Where's the
you're-
punchline?
That sarcasm.
How are you going to blame the edit for this one?
Yeah. It's also like the bullshit excuse of being sarcastic. Like, as someone that like is a very sarcastic person and does use jokes to deflect feelings, you can, that's like, it's very easy to do that, but then also be able to be kind and thoughtful and like listen to people and not be a dick.
Because she like ran out of the hotel room basically.
Yeah.
Oh, she was out. She was like, I will not stay here one more second. I am.
And it's, when she walked out, you could see her kind of being like, now where the fuck am I going to go?
Yeah.
She was like,
where was JR's apartment again?
She's like, and where
Yeah.
am I? I don't
Yeah.
even know where I am.
Aren't they in Arizona?
I think they're in Los Angeles.
Oh.
Well, if you haven't watched the next batch of episodes, be sure to do. We'll be breaking the rest of this batch down on Tuesday of Reality Recap. Up next, the incredibly infamous, famous, funny, talented Michael Rapaport.
Shopping for everyone on your list can be overwhelming, but if your loved ones need new leggings, bras, sleepwear, or other essentials, Skims has plenty of great options for all of the women in your life, no matter what they need.
And with the recent launch of their holiday shop, Skims is the best destination for all of your gifts. Did you know that Skims also has a menswear collection? I'm wearing them right now. Their sleep sets and jersey loungewear are perfect for hanging around the house. Plus, their underwear is literally the best ever made.
Seriously, if you haven't tried Skims yet, then what are you waiting for? The cozy robe is so comfortable, you will never want to take it off. If you're looking for the perfect gift this holiday season, look no further than Skims.
Skims is awesome. Their quality is outstanding. It's made with, well, I guess it's the highest quality fat. I don't know. You put it on your body and you're like, this is great stuff. I love it. Shop Skims Holiday Shop at skims.com. Available in styles for women, men's, kids, and even those pets. If you haven't yet, be sure to let them know that we sent you after you place your order or select podcast in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. Vessi is a footwear company that makes waterproof, breathable shoes. And when I say waterproof, we mean 100% completely waterproof. As we get closer to the holidays, Vessi ensures you're ready for everything adventure, whether you're exploring urban hideaways or enjoying the season's vibrant energy. Vessi has you covered for all of the season's surprises. We love Vessi. Their shoes are 100% waterproof. Now, not water resistant, waterproof. It's perfect for any of your city walkers. You can ensure you stay dry and cool with no more wet socks after a walk on a rainy day. Vessi make shoes that are not only comfortable but incredibly stylish. Their Stormburst High Top has Dymatex technology, offering breathability while maintaining its waterproof properties. The vegan leather makes cleaning effortless. Their tire-like outsole was designed with raised patterns mimicking their grip of mini tires, ensuring superior traction on slippery surfaces. Comes in 5 different colors, and their weekender sneaker, my favorite. They have a great selection. It's awesome. It's wonderful, stylish, and most importantly, comfortable and dry. Surprise your loved ones with a gift that keeps them warm and dry. Shop Vessi's waterproof collection at Vessi.com for only $99. You're giving style, comfort, and versatility all in one. Time to talk Caraway. For all those home chefs out there, there's no time more important than the holidays when you are making your holiday feast. When you need tools you can rely on, you need Caraway. They make stylish, easy to clean cookware that's free of dangerous chemicals. And isn't that what's important, people? I mean, isn't it crazy that you can cook with things that have dangerous chemicals in them? Stop doing that and get yourself some Caraway cookware. It's absolutely wonderful. This guy has been cooking on Caraway for the better part of 4 years now, going on 5. We got cookware at the lake. We got cookware at home. We're cooking with Cook Caraway everywhere we go. Caraway Home's non-toxic kitchenware features a chemical-free ceramic coating, so food can be prepared with the peace of mind that no chemicals will leach into your healthy ingredients. Caraway products are made without any toxic materials like PFAs, PTFEs, PFOAs, and other hard-to-pronounce chemicals. Ceramics naturally slick surfaces means minimal oil or butter for slip-off-the-pan eggs and easy cleaning. Plus, they come in a variety of colors. They look absolutely fantastic, whether you store them in the cupboards or you hang them out for everyone to enjoy. Caraway's cookware sets comes with a saute pan, a fry pan, a Dutch oven, a saucepan, plus lids for all of them, a canvas lid holder, and magnetic pan rack for storage. Absolutely fantastic. It's the ultimate kitchen setup and will save you $150 versus buying the items individually. Over 65,000 people have rated 5 stars about their Caraway kitchen. Now it's time to try it for yourself. The holidays are closer than ever, so get their gifts or yours in time. Visit carawayhome.com/VIALL10 to take advantage of this limited time offer for up to 20% off your next purchase. Again, that's carawayhome.com/VIALL10 to get new kitchenware before the holidays. Again, Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern. Michael, welcome to the Viall Files.
Glad to be here.
I'm very excited to have you, man. I've always been a big fan of you. One of my favorite movies of all time is True Romance.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
So it's very cool for me to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me. I am excited to be here. I'm waiting for my coffee.
Yeah.
One of your minions. Because I want to just
I
clarify.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be on time.
We appreciate that.
You were early.
And the reason why I was early is because I produced, I texted one of your producers. I mean, this is a big fucking operation you got here. This is not, it doesn't look, on camera, it doesn't look like a big operation. I mean, it looks like a clean, but you walk in here, there's people. But I texted, I said, yo, I'm coming, I'm on the way, in an Uber, ... Can I get a coffee? And then I was very specific about the Trenti and the 2 pumps of vanilla and the box. I reached out and I said that. And then when I got here, one of your minions said, do you really want the coffee? Like I was...
A different minion, though.
A joke.
Yeah.
Like it was a joke.
Fucking just throwing it out there.
Like a suggestion.
And I'm still waiting for it. But I just thought that was very funny. Very, very much of the generation. Do you really want... Yeah, motherfucker, I really want that fucking coffee with the 2 pumps of vanilla and the regular milk. And I even said, make sure they get me the big straw because the Trenti...
102 degrees Fahrenheit.
Where are we on this coffee? 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll judge it by the hourglass
I
of
hope
the
it's
podcast.
right. I hope it's right.
I'm sure it'll be right, but I just thought that was very funny. But I'm glad to be here, happy to be here, excited to be here. I'm a fan.
What brings you to town?
What brings me to town is meeting, greeting, family, and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
It's LA, you know what I mean? It's show business. You got to come out to town every now and then.
Where are you living, in New York?
I live in New York.
New York.
I lived out here. Well, I had a place out here. I lived out here for a long time, and then I finally left. I have no residence here, so it's unusual for me to take Ubers and stuff like that because so many years. I mean, I learned to drive in Los Angeles, and I learned my sort of way around Los Angeles, from driving. So now to be driven, it's a little unusual, but
I think I have personally seen you at Jones on 3rd 3 times in my lifetime. So
That's my spot.
Yeah,
I too go frequent Jones. I don't think I've ever seen you there.
I'm there.
Really?
I'm there.
Which
That's one
one
of
do you go to?
the Jones on 3rd.
on
Not
3rd.
not Ventura.
Yeah.
Is there a Jones on 3rd on Ventura?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's called Jones on 3rd?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Jones on Ventura Place.
Ventura
I didn't know
Place,
that.
yeah, in the valley.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
good to know. That is good to. I didn't even know that, but I like Jones. I like the food. I like the Arnold Palmer. I like
Love
the
the Arnold
ambiance.
Palmer.
Great
Yeah, I love
Arnold
that
I got
Arnold.
good
Palmer.
cookie
Yeah.
if you're feeling feeling feisty. And I like the outdoor seating. And I've always liked Jones. I particularly appreciated Jones during the pandemic because they set up their outdoor seating and they had a good situation going. So Jones is a good spot. I haven't hit Jones yet.
Are you a Chinese chicken salad?
I was
Chinese
you know,
chicken
with
salad.
Chinese chicken salad,
I
and they
knew
got
it.
some. I like Jones. I got some. I like Jones. Jones is
All
good.
right, all right.
Jones is good.
Well, we obviously want to talk all things Bravo with you, but before we do, we haven't.
Has any one of your podcasts ever started with food and coffee? It's usually Scandival or,
We've definitely gone food
all right,
and coffee. I'm
because
sure.
usually like when I see like it starts, it's like
right into it.
Let's get into it.
which is
Yeah, we
which
bounce
makes
around.
it good.
Kind of depends on our guests,
Yeah.
Like if you're able to articulate the way you are, food and coffee, we keep it in.
All right.
Yeah. We haven't really a chance to talk about the Luigi, which is kind of like taking the nation by storm. You seem to have strong opinions on just about anything, and I thought we would wait for you before we tackle
Okay.
this national storyline.
This is my day 2 since Luigi. Now since this air, it'd be 2 or 3 days since Luigi has been nabbed, captured.
Did he wanted to get caught?
Oh no, he didn't want to get caught.
You don't think so?
I think he
He
knew
had
he
a-
was going to get caught. This is my hot take.
Okay.
I think Luigi's addicted to pain medication.
Yeah.
Number 1,
Mm.
because he's got his back injury. I think Luigi's a sick fuck.
I think it's
Number
mental
1,
health
2, and
problems.
3. We have
Yeah.
to. I don't give a fuck if you have. Can I curse?
Yes, please. Fuck
Please.
shit balls. Yeah.
After you
We'll keep it all in.
I didn't want to. Well, I know you got to beep it for because the clips.
Well, the
everything's
clips will be
clips,
beeped. Yeah.
yes.
Bleep,
But,
bleep, bleep,
Bleep,
bleep,
yeah.
bleep.
but the episode, fuck.
Luigi's a sick fuck. Luigi's a cold-blooded killer. Luigi's got a nice jawline. And Luigi, I
six pack too.
six
Don't
pack.
forget that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Luigi's got nice hair. And Luigi's a cold-blooded killer. If in fact it's him, and I think it is him. And I don't think, despite the fact that the healthcare industry is problematic, I don't think it's acceptable to literally dehumanize everybody and anybody who's a part of the healthcare establishment, healthcare world, profiting off of it, to dehumanize them and celebrate cold-blooded killing in my city or any city, because I think that when you start dehumanizing and celebrating cold-blooded killers, despite whatever feelings you might have about what the person does, it's a trickle-down effect.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't want to go too deep into. That's my take on it.
I hear what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Because if it's just like, oh well, fuck the guy,
Yeah.
and he fuck him, and this is what he did, and he profited off of this, and then and then we're free Luigi, and we're sending our
Mhm.
underwear to Luigi, and we're bailing out Luigi, and we want to wear Luigi hats and all this shit. This
We
is
want to go to prison to be Luigi's, like hold his pocket.
It's
Where were
a-
you? Where were you before? Like, well, Luigi wasn't popping off.
We have your
before.
coffee.
Thank you, my friend.
That looks
Let's
delicious.
get a taste test. Let's get a taste test.
Can we get another straw? I'd like to have some.
Mm. Good, thank you.
Wow.
Now, the guy who I mocked a little bit, I'm afraid he didn't have his hands on. He didn't even get his dirty paws on it to because I when I busted his balls. What's his name? The guy,
Sweet boy Justin.
He's right there.
Sweet
Yeah.
boy Justin.
Yeah.
Sweet
Yeah.
boy
You
Justin.
don't get your fucking hands on this. You're not gonna put anything.
I wasn't able to spit in it.
Wasn't,
I knew it.
Unfortunately.
I knew because he's like that motherfucker.
Yeah.
He shamed me about his coffee, as if he needs any more coffee.
Like,
Yeah.
how many visitors do we think Luigi is going to have in prison? Do
Too
we think he'll
many.
be able to even have visitors? I can't. I
I-
don't
Now,
think-
when he
yeah,
settles,
yeah,
he
yeah.
will. Well, that and also like I think Luigi is bringing in toxic masculinity into 2025 because I
Yeah.
thought this is a toxic masculine poster boy.
I don't like him. I'll just kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah. And then when the means start justifying the ends, I don't know. It's
I mean, people have been canceled for way less than a cold-blooded killing.
Yeah.
I mean, people have really, I mean,
a father, a husband, you know?
Yeah.
people have been canceled for a lot less than what Luigi has done. But I mean, Luigi's off the fucking rails, man. He's
yeah, that's what's sad. There's clearly, I mean, when you find out that his family filed the missing persons report in November, can you imagine what it would be like to first of all, scary to have anyone disappear, you don't know where they are, and the next time you hear from them is when you find out they're the assassin. Like, you watch the assassin, you're just like everyone else being, this is crazy, I can't believe this happened. Then you find out it's your brother, sister, son, family member. I feel horrified for his family.
It's crazy. It's a crazy story, and it's nothing to celebrate or this is not a hero or anything like that. And you know, if in fact he did it. So, you know, we can make all the jokes and the six pack and the jawline and the what's his James Franco's brother?
Yeah.
The Ryan Murphy, don't do it.
Oh, that's for Ryan Murphy's just like, oh my God, we got Luigi. I mean, the Netflix 3-part documentary.
It's already started.
There's already been a board meeting.
They started filming that shit. It's coming out. It's coming out by the end of the year.
It's true. It's true.
So that's my hot take on Luigi.
What is your favorite Bravo franchise show?
Very good question. I have to say, I go to what's on. So whatever in my soul, my immediate soul. I would say I will say that the greatest reality TV show of all time is in fact Vanderpump Rules.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's undisputable. And I'll debate anybody. I'll crunch numbers versus it. I know you know.
I think Justin
you won't
wants
get
to
any
argue with
debate
you.
from us. Yeah.
Justin's not going to say anything until he realizes that when somebody says, I would like a coffee,
they mean it.
Especially when they reach out.
Yeah. Like in the morning.
Vanderpump Rules is the best TV show. Are you sure?
The greatest reality
sure?
TV show. 100%. 100%. You don't, what, do you not agree?
No, I do.
Wait,
I do.
She was trying to do a callback.
The coffee.
Oh, I see.
No, it's fine. I'll see myself out.
No, I like that. I respect that. I respect that. Yeah, so Vanderpump Rules. And, you know, I mean, it ebbs and flows. I think, like I said, it's whatever's going on. And then you look at, like, Real Housewives of New York. The revamp has been
Awful.
Disappointing.
problematic.
Yeah.
Awful.
And the
Trash
fact
can.
that it hasn't been problematic
Garbage
at all.
can.
Abysmal.
It's been really, right.
Yeah.
And
Everyone's nice.
And I feel disrespected by some of the stuff
Those
that's
are
going
your
on.
people.
I know. No, those are not my people. But I
Faux
feel,
New Yorkers.
I feel disrespected by some of the storylines this year. I feel like you can't be a halfway housewife.
Yep.
Like, either fucking do it or don't do it.
Mhm.
And I know it's a come up and all that stuff, but it's disrespectful to us. It's disrespectful to the people that appreciate the show. It's disrespectful to the great Countess Luann, Sonia Morgan, Ramona Singer, Dorinda, Aviva, Bethany Frankel, and everybody that's come forward to play games with this shit.
It's called Real Housewives for a reason.
Don't, like, when you're doing a storyline in season 2, I don't even think halfway through the season of a pregnancy prank.
I'm
Cancel.
out.
that the audience isn't in on either. Like, that was the thing. It was like, it felt like the prank was on us. And it's like,
That's season 9. you have to be in your revamp season 9. You don't do that.
Yes.
Yeah, we're jumping the shark. Season 2.
And it's really, I don't know what's going to happen. I've heard, I don't follow these things specifically about the ratings not being doing well. So New York has been very disappointing, although I am Brokeback Mountain. I won't quit you. I won't quit you. It's close to quitting. And I will say there might be some scrolling, you know, and me and my wife forbid that
There's
shit.
some checking out.
You
He's on the
forbid the
phone.
phone.
When me and my wife watch a show, we don't scroll.
I respect
yes.
But we have given ourselves the space to scroll during Roni because
Wow.
of the disappointment. And I mean that sincerely.
that. Well, we went to Kathy Hilton's Christmas party last night, and we had the opportunity to hang out. Yeah, it was lovely. And the
Holy
most of the cast of
shit.
Salt Lake City was there. And I got to say,
Damn.
those ladies
Man,
are
I-
real housewives, because when we hang out with them, they did a scene,
Yeah.
like an unfilmed scene.
Mhm.
Like, it was real. Like, you talk to these ladies,
the Salt
like,
Lake women?
they're not
Yeah.
checking out. There's no like, oh, well, we're filming a TV show. Like, I felt like last night we were hanging out in a part of an episode of Salt Lake City Housewives, and it was fantastic.
I'm
It was-
so jealous
yeah,
Same.
it was great.
that you went.
Yeah.
And I got to be on. Who's the producer? Was it you? Who's it?
Leia,
texting me?
she's in the
Leia.
Zoom.
You know, like, make sure you come on time. You know, you're in LA. Do you want to come to Kathy Hilton's Christmas party? Might have been nice. It might have been nice.
Well, you know,
If I would've known- we had
Kathy
another-
Hilton was handpicking.
That's what Mary said.
I would have. Mary was
Mary
No.
told us
And
that,
Mary
yeah.
told us, yeah.
Yeah.
there. I need to take all that shit in.
Can you show him the picture? Show him the picture.
I'll show you the photo.
Just stick it in my face. I mean, the thing fell.
We're falling apart.
I'm breaking up shit. Sorry.
Get
I'm gonna-
this man out of
I'm
here.
sorry.
No, and I will show you this. Angie, Bronwyn, Mary, Whitney,
Lisa was actually,
she was there too.
she was
but
singing while we took this
she
photo.
was singing away in a manger.
Yeah,
I'm so jealous of this.
it was awesome.
Yeah,
What's Mary Cosby like in real life?
She's
the exact same.
exactly the same.
She told me my child looks nothing like me. So,
That's so like her.
she also told me that because the last time we were there, we saw her and I was very huge and pregnant, and she said that she did not get very big at all. That she just looked like she had a big bowl of pasta while she was pregnant. So,
Of course.
yeah,
Of course. She
I was
shamed
like-
you.
She
She's like,
did,
you were
yeah.
a huge bitch.
Yeah.
Did she say that?
No,
No.
no.
She's like, well, I can't relate because I just looked like I had a big bowl of pasta.
She's one of the greatest shade. Like, I would say that out of all the housewives, she to me is the most unpredictable. You truly never know what's going to come out of her mouth.
Yes.
And you know she means it.
100%.
You know, where she's not saying it even to be mean or even to be nice. She's just saying it because that's exactly how she thinks and feels in that moment. And even if it's like, if it hurts you, you just feel grateful to have heard her truth.
Yeah. It's like
100%.
I can't take offense to anything Mary says because I'm just grateful she said it.
100%. Was Bronwyn in there?
Yeah.
Bronwyn.
Was her husband there?
No.
No.
And I want to meet Todd. I ride hard for Todd. I think Todd's misunderstood.
Really? Why do you think Todd is misunderstood?
I mean, yeah, he's a curmudgeon old rich guy, but like, you know, like I don't expect him to like that his wife got bored and decided to be a part of this franchise.
I get it. Did he not, or did she not run it up the flagpole? Did she not like? Because I guarantee you, when she was like, "You're riding my dick," or "I'm on your dick," and the cursing and all, I know he was probably like, "What?
Who the
Who
fuck is
person?"
this?
Yeah, like she had this different person inside her this whole time. Like, was it disgust?
I think she was just like, I'm going to do this thing. And he was like, you know, if it makes you happy, baby. And then she did it. And now we're getting to see, at least Todd's keeping it real.
Todd's keeping it real. I got to tell you that they have the traditional bad writing on the wall.
Mm.
Can I ask you a question? Is that the Robert Frank book, The Americans?
Yeah.
Why is it there?
I went to a bookstore and the guy who sold me a book told me it was a really prestigious, cool book. And
100%
yeah.
it is.
and
I was just talking about that book the other day.
yeah.
I mean, you just got that? That's a
No, I've had it for a couple
Years,
years.
yeah.
fuck yeah. That's
Yeah.
dope.
I
That's
thought you were
dope.
about to say like we'll get canceled for having that, and it was
Kidding
like
me?
we've had it in the front
No,
of our
it's,
show
they-
for the
no,
most
it's
part.
over today.
I'm not
You
You
had
are
some,
about to tell
I'm
us
not
like some
educated
shit.
photography people up until today, motherfucker.
I'm not going to pretend to be cultured enough to like have bought that like on my own, but I listened to someone who clearly knew what they were talking about, and I was like, can you show me some like really cool like books that I would want to immerse- yeah.
Specifically photography
Yeah,
books?
yeah, yeah.
Dope.
And
I-
he hooked
Are
me
you a
up with that.
photographer?
I'm a photography fan, but I literally was talking about specifically that book like 2 podcasts ago on my podcast.
Really?
Just mentioning that book and other photographers, because why was I talking about it? I can't remember. I think a photographer passed maybe,
Oh,
and I might have mentioned, and I was going through, I don't know, but that's why I just caught that.
oh my gosh.
Surprising though. Surprising that you don't have like, like that's there. I get your books there. Okay, we got to fucking sell.
Yeah.
ABC
Mhm,
always be
mhm.
closing. But the Americans, fuck yeah, man.
We
I
have-
like that shit.
Yeah, we have taste
All
around
right.
here.
Okay.
You try.
All right. I like that. Respect. But okay, so Bronwyn, I have a question in the rumor mill, and I don't know if this is true, but if it is, it's unbelievable. Did you see that Sandoval fired his lawyer?
Yes.
Is he, and he's representing himself?
Himself.
Yep.
That it's all of a sudden become must-see television.
Are you
get the cameras rolling?
And he must be
season 12, all by itself.
all by himself.
Yeah.
Court TV.
Anybody that represents himself is gone. But Tom Sandoval representing himself is fucking, that's unbelievable. If that's true, holy shit.
Do you think it got just too expensive for him and he's lost Schwartz and Sandy's? He doesn't have Vanderpump Rules. I don't know if his extras are touring.
Honestly, now you just made me feel bad because
Oh.
that's probably it. Maybe
You should feel bad. Do you love Tom?
I wouldn't say I love him. I don't think he's the monster a lot of people like to act like he is. He has his own moral compass. It's very different than I think most people's moral compass, unlike say a Jax Taylor who has no moral compass. And I don't think
He's evolving.
Yeah.
Let's take
You
it
think
easy on
Jax
Jack.
is evolving?
I mean, he's trying.
You think?
He went to listen,
They said he came back the same.
well, it's a process.
Oh, no, of course.
And he might have to go again. And like we all might have to go again.
Yeah. Tom is working with what he's got. And when I was on Special Forces with him, all I could think about over and
Wait, you
over-
were on the show with him?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Motherfucker,
Special
I
Forces.
finished.
Mm-hmm.
I
Good
passed
for
that
you.
kid.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Was it fucked up?
It was fucked up. They literally torture you for a week. Not metaphorically speaking, they torture you.
No sleeping?
You got 6 hours of sleep a night on a cot.
I didn't know you were on there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was hypothermic for 3 days.
Would you do it?
You know, when I was watching, I was like, man, I wonder if I could do that. And my wife was like, not only could you not do that, what they're doing, you're not going on there to show the entire world what I already know. So
She's like, you're not going to embarrass our family.
the whole
so-
thing, yeah. Like you can't do it. I know you can't do it,
And you won't.
you're not going to try to see if you can do
Okay,
it.
I want to say this to you because I
Good for
I've
you,
said,
man.
I've said this on Viall Files Plus, but I want to say this to you.
Respect.
When I was filming with Tom on Special Forces, and it was fresh off of Scandival,
So
and
you
I
know I'm different. Go ahead.
and I got to know him there. Like I said, Tom is working with what he's got. So to
What
speak,
is that?
not much in terms of like troubleshooting and processing and figuring things out type of stuff.
A processing issue.
Yeah, and and I've
computer.
met Ariana,
Adele.
who she's very smart, and
Yes.
all I could think about for a week while I was with Tom is she dated him for 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just there's a disconnect between like, when you it's not like she dated him for 2 weeks or 2 months or like a year, and she's like he changed after the first. That was a whole decade,
Yes.
and it's just hard.
And they were filming a show
Sure.
entwined in this thing that sort of
Well,
took
if
on a
you're
life of its own.
If you're suggesting maybe there it was a showmance and not a real romance.
No. I'm just saying at that age, I could see how life could sort of, like you're like, oh, and then just, and it's kind of just happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, I like the idea and the processing issue thing. I hear you on that.
I think when you think about how intelligent Ariana is, and then where Tom maybe struggles, it's just
Struggles.
it's just hard. And then knowing that they did it for 10 years, there's a disconnect in that something to me like 1 + 1 isn't equal 2.
Like,
Do you get what
I-
I'm
Well,
saying?
the two
I
takes two to
sh-
tango.
I
That's what I'm
struggled
saying,
to
right?
like
And it's-
be in the
mm.
same vicinity as him.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of Scandal?
No,
No, 'cause he was
not at
yelling
all
at
because
Natalie
of
for an
Scandal.
hour and a half when we interviewed him.
He was yelling at you?
He was yelling at me, but it was just like we there was a lot of special forces watch parties, and it had nothing to do with Scandal. It was just his personality is not my cup of tea. So maybe Ariana and I have different.
But the thing
Um,
about Tom though is he's very transparent about who he is. You know what you get. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't surprise you. Turn on episode 1, season 1 of Vanderpump.
Yeah.
And then meet Tom today. It's the same fucking guy.
Yeah.
So anyone for who's just like, I can't believe you did this, or like he hasn't changed. I just don't think Tom can be that dangerous because he is who he is. He lets you know who he is. There are no surprises with Tom. If you're surprised, I feel like that's,
I got you.
you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. As fans, I throw this at all you guys, as fans of reality shows, do you, like when you went to this party last night, like I've been around them at BravoCon and stuff like that, but do you like to know how the sausage is made? Do you like to have inside scoop and all that stuff? Do you like to understand that? Because I'll be honest with you, as much as insight as I have into the way TV shows are made, people as I know, housewives, producers and stuff like that. I never want to know anything other than what I see on TV, just for pure entertainment purpose.
I liked behind the scenes because, like, as someone who's been very much involved in the making of reality TV.
Have you? I don't know this. I don't know.
I was The Bachelor.
Right.
Yeah, for a while.
So you know how the shit works.
Yeah. And so, like, as The Bachelor, you're producing, along with the producers, so to speak. And
Wait,
That
so
was
did you get married
after-
on The Bachelor?
No.
That would have
No.
been dope.
Yeah.
Well,
I got this shit now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I think even though there's the behind the scenes, there's the behind the scenes of the behind the scenes, in the sense that for me, like when I get to meet these ladies and I meet a Brawin, right, and then I meet like an Alexis Bellino, it's just like I can tell who's like this is who they are. And then like who's putting on the show. You know what I'm saying? So for me, there's kind of the analysis of like the behind the scenes, then behind the scenes of like
I got you.
Kind of
got
the
you.
nuance
I
of
understand.
that at all.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
what did you think of OC?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Pure. It has
Real.
its pure. The OC for me, this is just for me. The OC, the women and the behavior is so foreign. And I say this with all due respect. It's almost like going to some sort of exotic zoo and watching like exotic rare animals behave. Like I can understand how a elephant, gorilla, crocodiles, all the regular cast of characters. But if you go to like a zoo and there's like, weird, wild, like gazelles and like, beautiful like birds and that's what like OC is for me. The screaming.
They're
and
all endangered species.
Yeah, protect them all.
protect them all because their level of emotion and their screeching and their yelling. To me, I'm like, this is what the fuck it's all about. Like, this is fucking reality TV.
We had Vicky zoom in last week. I don't know if you heard. All of Bravo Nation was kind of, and we were in the middle of a scene with Vicky Gunvalson. Gunvalson.
Watch yourself.
Yeah.
I don't
disrespect the queen.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying that with disrespect.
No,
I don't
it
mean
was
to.
kind of.
I apologize, Vicky.
That's the
And
OG
Michael.
of the OC.
No, I know.
I
And she-
apologize to Michael too.
Michael, I apologize.
I apologize to Vicky again.
Vicky, I'm sorry.
After all
And
this,
Michael,
like
one more
Grumbleson,
time.
Gumbleson. I mean, what the fuck, man?
Grundleson, how dare you?
Something like that.
Anyway,
You know what I'm talking about. No, we don't know. You're going to get it right, Nick.
She was very much like, I don't want to be here. I have so many other things I need to be doing, but
That's
I guess
what's up.
sure, let's do it.
from lunch on the beaches of Mexico.
Yeah.
It's like anything could happen.
But God bless her, she was awesome. She was funny. And then when we said goodbye to Vicky, she didn't know how to hang up, and so we had a bit of a hot mic moment.
Shit.
And she started talking some shit about like I don't know who the fuck Nick is and shit
Yeah,
like that. It was great.
I love it.
And then what was so awesome about Vicky is that we wanted to keep it in, but we like to keep it real. We like to, we don't like to go behind people's back. So we reached out to her and said, "Hey, we got this. Do we have your permission to keep it in?" And she graciously said,
She played ball.
"Let's fucking go."
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Not only that, she doubled down and then she took some of the audio and made her own
Yeah,
reel
she
of being
leaned in.
like,
Yeah.
I have 400 meetings while she's ordering a Corona on a lounge chair on a
I
beach.
love it.
No, it was awesome.
So I think that she exemplifies what the OC is all about. And I say free Vicky Gunvalson and make her back full time.
Oh my God. If that was an audition,
It
it was awesome.
So would you were you team Alexis or team Shannon? What are we thinking about here?
I'm going with Shannon. I'm going with the OC. I mean the
Obviously.
OGs.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah,
But
yeah.
it seemed like there was a party that
Yeah,
almost would like you have
You have like
a,
love
you
for
have
Alexis?
a defense for Alexis.
No.
Okay.
No. It was kind of just like taking in like almost like why is she asking me this question?
Oh, of course.
It was like that.
Is there
Okay.
another answer?
Yeah, like I mean,
John
like,
Jay and Alexis were at that party too.
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was star-studded.
Johnny J was there?
Johnny J
Yeah, I walked
was
right past
there.
him, and I wanted to say something to him, but we've talked some shit, so I just didn't want to create a scene.
Can I ask you a question? And this is a hot topic. I have been, and I'm in the. You talk about like like rare birds. I have been critical at times of Kathy Hilton because I
Maybe
have
that's why
felt
you were
like.
invited.
Say it again.
Maybe that's why you
No,
were
no.
invited.
But I have had an olive branch reach out. They were like, "You're misinterpreting it."
Okay.
I think that if they had known that I was in LA, I could have. I'm not saying that.
No. You would have been there.
If I would have known you would have wanted to go, I would have been like, please come with us.
I'll be your +1. And I would have been like, yeah.
We had
a +1.
We had an unused
Damn.
an invite.
However, this season, Kathy Hilton has been with the hat and the driving with the invitation back to what we love. But she got mommy dearest-ish, with Kyle. Okay, Kyle, and, with Rinna. And, and I was like, all this like hunky-dory shit wasn't there. And I articulated that and people were like, how dare you? And I was like, what do you mean, how dare you? This woman's fucking scary. At times, she can be scary. Now, listen, we're all, there's a cake. And, someday you get the happy mic and someday you get the hopped up on coffee mic. And there's another guy, like when so there's different temperatures to everybody, including Kathy Hilton. We can't, say she's not, all things. And when I articulated that she had a mommy, I don't know if she didn't, but people in her camp and also social media, which is of course more important than anything, they were like, how dare you? And ba. And I'm like, I'm just calling it as I see it. Like, this woman's fucking frightening when she's big dogging Kyle and she was, having meetings with Rinna and all that shit. I was like, what's happening here?
She's doing it for fun, and that's what makes it so great. Like, she doesn't need the money.
She's doing it for fun. I get that. And when she's fun, it's extraordinary. I'm saying when she can be a little
stern.
No, I agree with you. There's like
She's
scenes
intimidating.
when she first came on where it was like her and Kyle, and it was like, are you the mother? Like, what? She seems genuinely frightened of
What
you. And now
happened
we
here?
now we got the rebrand of like Happy Go Lucky, which I'm here
with
for.
the hats and with the coffee.
But no serious moments.
I want to.
Yes.
I want to know what Kathy was like in high school.
What do you think she was like in high school?
Shit, man, a motherfucker. I think she was probably a motherfucker I think she's this is a motherfucker.
What were you like in high school?
A motherfucker. Yeah, so it takes one to know one. Shit, I'm not. Yeah, beyond
The motherfucker.
Yeah, I was one of. Yeah, I was the motherfucker, and that was just high school. You know what I mean? You could start. We could ask me like, what were you like in kindergarten? I'd be like, motherfucker.
Where do you land on Dorit and PK?
I never like to see relationships fail because I adore them so much. All the housewives. That's why when you were so openly critical a few minutes ago about Jax, I came to his defense. You know what I mean? Because I'm like,
I've been hard on Jax.
He will and always will be the number one guy. He might not have ended as the number one guy.
I think he's soft, and let me tell you why.
I think he's soft. How?
He's he's emotionally weak.
I'm not arguing with you that's why we loved him. That's what.
Hey, he's excellent television.
I like that you're criticizing him. See, my wife is more hard body than I am. Like she's like, you love them. I'm like, yeah, I love them.
Yeah, and yeah.
You love them as TV. You love them as watching them on TV, or like you would like let Jax date your sister.
Hell no. Yeah. Hell no.
I think Jax is objectively kind of like dangerous to society.
Like Luigi dangerous to society?
No. I think there's levels.
Jesus Christ, man.
I think Jax has ruined people's lives.
Whose life did he ruin?
Remember when he gaslit Stassi and his entire fan group, and when he had sex with the stripper, and then he made Stassi in that moment like feel like all her friends were alienated her and everyone was turned against her and everyone knew like, and he was
whenever he like walked in on Kristen and Brittany.
I'm not defending this behavior in any way, shape, or form. Although I will say, I don't know how old they were, late 20s.
He was 33.
33, late 20s. 25, 33.
It's all the same.
Vicky Grumbleson, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, I get all that. I don't see, the thing is for me about all of them, the men, the guys, the girls, I look at it more like TV characters.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, and I root for all of them. So when you say about PK and Dorit, I'm like, I want them to do well. I want them, if they're not going to be together, I don't, I want them to divorce as well as possible under these circumstances. I think that he's done based on what we've seen so far this year. Like, he is fucking done. She was ride or die with him for all these years. And now got some perspective. Maybe you're sobered up and you're like, fuck you, Dorit. And I'm like, no, this is not the person you say fuck you to, because she was with you when you were probably not at your best.
Yeah, just like managing Boy George. And
Yeah, and probably a motherfucker.
no.
You know what I mean?
Was.
So
Drunk
like now
motherfucker.
you're sobered up and you're like you're PK from the show and you know
Single PK.
yeah single PK
Yeah.
yeah and you're out and about and you got a couple of new jackets and some suits. It's like you're still pushing 5'8", and it's like chill out, man, because you have a family with this woman. It's like you don't get that again.
Yeah.
You don't get that first family with your kids. You don't get that again. So calm down.
Well, you didn't watch last night's Beverly Hills yet, but there is a scene, and Kyle is talking about divorce, and she's talking about like getting older, and she's talking about like, something now that I'm a dad, you think about like you assume you won't die alone. You assume that like your years as you get older, and like I think a lot of people do die alone, not around the people they spent.
Yeah.
And it was a really vulnerable moment hearing Kyle talk about that, like, now that her and Mo are getting divorced, her kids are moving on, like that, a legitimate fear people have. And like, to your point, like PK better be careful what he wishes for, like protect that family. Because,
I agree.
Man.
This is your wife?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I went through, not to go too in my shit, but like, divorce with kids is a thing, and if you've made it this far, like, I say, like, don't, you're PK and like you're maybe getting looked at maybe a little bit more because you're on the show and, there's some, but like I want people to stay together, especially with kids and all that stuff. So
like figure it out,
you got to go 15 hard rounds, at least put in 15 hard rounds of work. That's what I wish for everybody, especially because all the housewives, all the reality show people, like I want them to succeed. Like I want them to do well. So like I lean towards the positive when it comes to all of them because, I kind of, in a weird way, you see and it's like, oh, you're talking about a reality show. At the best, you start to see yourself in these people. And that's what's, I think, like the heart of the shows is you start to see yourself in these people. And if you see yourself in these people, you want to see them do well, and especially as I'm older, I'm like, oh, fuck, I could see that mistake. I made that mistake, and all that kind of shit. So, that's why I love reality TV because, the silliness and the arguing, the screaming and all that stuff, that's all awesome. And the Vicky Gunvalson and the screeching and the yelling and all that stuff and the table flipping and the fighting and the drink throwing. But the emotional thing is the thing that I think makes it, to me, incredible TV when it's at its best. And I get the silliness and people are like, what are you talking about? The Godfather? No, I'm not talking about The Godfather, but there is that emotional core to these people that I have with them because you watch them all the time.
Yeah.
Do you have that with Brittany on Salt Lake City?
You read my mind, baby.
With Brittany on Salt Lake City.
Uh-huh.
Do I have
Brittany. You know Brittany.
Yes.
You know Brittany.
The new one?
The
Brittany.
new one.
I don't have that yet.
Really?
Did you watch the most recent episode of Salt Lake City where Angie's calling her hair pornish?
Yes.
And she has slutty vibes.
Yes, I did. Sorry to snap your face. Yes, I do. I thought that was fucked up, and I thought it was, and what I thought was interesting is like people be like, you're this, you're that, you're da, and then you go, you made her cry, and like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, that's not how I act. Like, I need like a day to be like, well, fuck her, and or fuck him, and I'm not fucking about. Like, I need to come down. Like they just, like she's crying. Like, oh, okay, I'll go fix it. I'm like, she just called her a slut on TV, and her hair was porno, and I'm like,
At a bat mitzvah.
Oh shit! At Meredith Mark's bat mitzvah.
I love Brittany as like, I don't think we could necessarily be like the best of friends, but I truly love her on the show, and I think to replace Monica Garcia was a big fucking task, and I think Bronwyn and Brittany together have really stepped up and delivered in big ways.
Monica brought the pain.
She brought the pain, and when we talked to a lot of the ladies last night, I will say a little BTS is like there's not a lot of love
for
Brittany. To which I said to all these ladies, do not get her kicked off this show. You need her. You want her. She's cover. She's protection.
What about me?
She's
at the table.
In case if there's a slow scene, she'll stand up, smack the table, and say, "What about me?"
Right.
And like, just get over whatever petty things you guys have in your real Salt Lake City world. But like, you want this woman on your television.
Did they hear you when you said this?
I think they did.
Good for you.
Some of them know. Some of them know. Whitney gets it. Whitney fucking gets it. The other ones, I had to have a talking to with Bronwyn. I have had a talking to with Angie. Yeah.
You gave a Bronwyn a talking to.
I was
a
like,
Todd
yeah.
talking to.
I was like, Bronwyn, do not get her kicked off the show. You want her on the
Bronwyn,
show.
it's your first season. Calm down, Bronwyn. Because let me tell you something, Bronwyn. It's your first season. Don't get the big head. And I thought it was, what did you think of her? What would you think if your wife showed up every time at the airport in a fucking, like in a Frankfurter suit and a clown suit? And I thought that was way out there.
I love it.
If it made her happy, you know.
I love
Right,
it.
because I don't think it made the husband happy. Based on knowing Todd the way we know Todd now, I think Todd was like, so I'm like, Todd, you know, you didn't stop it. 'Cause she had it wasn't for the show.
There's a
She
lot
had
of
a
'em, yeah.
dossier.
Yeah.
Dossier?
Do you think Todd's is kind of like, you better have sex with me when we get home? I think it's something like that.
I don't think Todd. I don't know, man. I don't know. Professor Todd.
It's honestly an image I don't need.
Me neither.
Oh, yeah,
Behind closed doors, at least to us, Bronwyn speaks very lovingly of her husband.
She loves her husband.
Yeah.
She is fucking her husband.
There's you meet a lot of married couples in life, whether housewives or real people, and there's a lot of couples out there who have no problem talking shit about their partner.
But do you think it's PR now? Because in the beginning, because
No.
it's genuine.
Yeah.
She fucks with Todd.
I think she fucks with Todd. Yeah, because I think honestly at this point,
We got some quotes here. This is a good episode.
Bravo. Like if she didn't fuck with Todd, then Bravo Nation has basically given her the green light to leave him, and she doesn't have a prenup, so she's
That's
good.
true. She would have the.
She has no
everyone
incentive
would
to make it
support her.
work. You know. So
We'll
Yeah.
see. But you were there in 20, at 365 degrees, so you saw a different thing than I saw.
Mhm.
And respect for seeing that. Good, and respect for giving her a talking to. Season 1.
So
lady.
you think Angie was fucked up for saying the slutty vibes, pornish hair, pornish dress, pornish nails, pornish?
Yeah, I think that was,
What about Brittany being like, she only said that about me because that's what she's doing in her marriage?
I'm not going to say, I'm just saying like it hit her hard. And I think so yes, it was both ways. It was both ways. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to defend either one.
Yeah. I think if someone told me
Isn't
I
that
had
called
pornish
sex
hair,
shaming or slut shaming or?
Brittany's slut shaming herself. She is the one being like, I'm seeing 3 guys. I'm seeing 10 guys. I have a roster. Like she's saying all of that herself, and Angie's just using her words against her.
Yeah. Do you have a roster? And you know what's crazy is that in Salt Lake City, you get a perspective that the Osmond dude, like that's the top of
Have
the
you seen
mountaintop.
his social media?
No.
He has been posting like, we were never together.
Oh.
She's using me. I'm the reason
Nah,
she has
fuck
a
him,
storyline
man.
on this
Like,
show.
nah, fuck him. I've never heard of him until.
Yeah, you're like, what is he, the 4th Osmond
Yeah.
cousin?
Yeah, he's a glorified fuckboy who never grew up.
I think he's a nephew.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't he like
Yeah.
Donnie's nephew?
He's Tom Sandoval.
Donald. Yeah.
Whoa.
Fast forward.
If
Without
you're
the religious,
lucky.
without the religious background.
If you're lucky, you're Tom Sandoval.
Yeah, you're right. That is disrespectful to Tom.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I'm
Come
sorry,
on.
Tom.
I think if I were in that position and I had just dropped that bomb to 2 other women about Angie K, and then she wants to say I have pornish hair, like, is that really offensive?
I got you. I
You know,
got
because
you.
at the end of the day, Brittany didn't do her hair. She had a glam squad come over. You know, like the glam squad gave her the pornish hair. She wasn't born with porn hair.
Right, that's true. Fire them.
Yeah,
Talk to them. Bring in. Come
Be
here.
mad at the glam
Yeah.
squad.
I was just gonna ask you. Have you guys been to something about her?
We have not.
not.
We need to go.
We had the
have you-
sandwich.
Is the
Sandwiches
clock ticking
Sunday.
on
Yeah.
something about her?
Oh, is the clock ticking?
I don't know.
Is it a real place?
It's
Yeah,
definitely a
real
real place.
place.
I've had their sandwiches. They've been catered here.
Nice.
They were teasing like teas and like other
Okay.
extensions.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there
But
is drama with the
they're being
Penny,
sued.
the third.
Oh,
she was
right.
the chef.
With
or,
Penny's,
whatever
Penny
she
did
is.
him dirty. Penny's husband is a lawyer, and I feel like if you understand like the tea leaves,
You got to be careful.
Penny knew
Mhm.
what to do. She was smart enough to get the copyright or the trademark, and then she basically, I think, is leveraging her husband being proactive to get the trademark against Ariana and Katie and fucking them over. down with fucking Chef Penny.
So the trademark for the name of the restaurant,
Yeah.
or
No, something about her.
well, I never loved that. If they go Katie and Ariana's sandwich spot, you'd be better off anyway. Something about her, we know it because we're in the vernacular and we're in the zeitgeist. But if you wanted to open up to the real world, like there's a better name out there. I don't know if Katie and Ariana's sandwich spot is the best one, but something could do better.
I think, maybe back to the drawing board. But so you think just walking by, you're not a Bravo fan at all, and you look over and you see something about her, you're not like, oh, we should go in there.
No.
You're
No.
like, oh, that's a cute, like, Salon.
Yeah, something about her. I'm like, I want to like. It's like a Jersey Mike Subways. I'm gonna fucking eat the fucking Subway.
Do you think Tom will follow through with this, not with being his own lawyer, or do you think this is a PR stunt and then someone like his
He's not. He can't do that.
someone will sit him down and say you can't do
That
that?
would
I think
be-
after all the hate he's gonna get after publicly announcing that that's what he did, he's gonna get
What
a
if he
lawyer
can't afford
immediately.
Let me tell you something. If my man represents himself in court, you gotta like, yo.
Yeah.
Can we got to go together?
If he
For
represents himself
sure.
and wins,
That would be.
that would change the
That'd
entire
be-
narrative.
Yo, yeah. Kim Kardashian, you went to school.
Dead
I'm doing this
ass.
shit off the internet. I'm Google searching and I won.
he's
Fuck.
watching Law and Order. He's watching
I will apologize.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna say,
Yeah.
you bite your fucking tongue.
I will do a whole episode saying I'm sorry.
And then it's Sandoval LLC, or Sandoval ESQ.
He's opened up his own law firm.
Oh my God! Could
That's
you?
what's up.
Yes, the commercials he
That
could
is
do.
what's up.
Oh, the billboards. The
Have you
injured,
been wrongfully?
injured, yeah.
That would be epic.
Dude, I think he would be an ambulance chaser of a lawyer, right?
As
Don't
he
you think?
should be. So
Yeah.
what? So
He's
what?
like telling his clients, like, if you're at fender bender, like, you better get out and be like, your neck is hurting.
I've been trying to
It's
convince.
better than Schwartz and Sandy's.
I've been trying to convince Tom to get on OnlyFans.
Yeah, why not?
Exactly. I don't care what he
Is
does.
he broke? He's still got.
He was on TV for 12 years.
Yeah, he's
He's got to
gotta
have
be all right.
I
some
don't-
money.
It's hard to say, but I think there's a world where they haven't necessarily been fiscally responsible over the years.
But there's still so many reality shows that he could go on, and
yeah, I mean he'll get work.
But
Yeah.
Michael, you watched this man buy a $15,000 motorcycle that he drove twice that didn't have a license. Like, how do you think he spends?
And you know what? And let me tell you something. If you were opening a bar, you should be so happy that your partner would spend $15,000 for that motorcycle just for the shot.
For the
Okay, and the
shot.
helmets and all that shit.
The bar is closing.
What was Katie's name
Okay,
for
you
that
should
bar?
be so lucky.
What was her idea for
Oh,
the
what
name
was
for
Katie-
Schwartz
Katie
and
had a
Sandy?
good name.
Once upon
Once Upon a Tom.
Once upon a time. Better name.
Better
Better
name.
name, yeah.
Oh, but I have a question. The Vanderpump revamp is happening.
You're pissed.
Very concerned.
What do you
No.
think it's going to take for that show to even be good?
They're gonna have to really make a list, check it twice, and really get the microscope out, because to cast young 20-somethings now, we are all, and 20-somethings especially, are so like the Real Housewives of New York effect. It's like they're so conscious and they're so performative. We all are. We've taken so many selfies, we took pictures and video, and we grew up watching Vanderpump, and they're fans of this and fans of all these shows. So it's gonna be, you're gonna have to get some people with some. The great housewives and the great reality ones are the people with a piece missing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we're going to get that, but you got to find a piece missing. It's going to be tough in LA because there's always the aspirations of being an actor, being a singer, being I want to be a podcast, I want to be an influencer. We caught these people at a time when it was still, you can catch them fresh and raw, and they, he wants to be a model, he wants to be and they came with the ambitions.
There wasn't the playbook, the influencer playbook.
Now
they have
it. It's
Now
tough.
there's a playbook to.
I mean, you're on social media. Like some of these people, I'm like, man, they just like. There's so many like. There's a whole agencies like full of all these people, and it's like a thing,
Mm-hmm.
So
How'd you get your start?
I got my start as a stand-up comedian. I started doing stand-up first when I was 1989. I came out to LA, and then soon would get called in for acting auditions. And once I started acting, I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I got successful relatively quickly, and, just was fortunate and, found something that I just love and that I respect and that I appreciate doing. And still to this day, like, I haven't had a bad day at work. I've had some long days at work. I've had some cold days at work, but I haven't had a bad day at work.
What was the first thing you were casted in?
The first thing that I was casted in, this before you guys' time, there was a show on ABC in 1990 called China Beach. And it was like a post-Vietnam military show, successful show. I had 12 lines on that. And then I got this movie called Zebrahead, which won a Sundance Award when Sundance was like, still sort of this vibrant, independent movie film festival. that
Before
Oliver-
Lisa Barlow took over.
Yeah.
Every
Vida
time I
tequila.
when they're at what's the hat store? What's a
Kimasabi?
Kimosabi? Yeah, I'm always like, like I always think of like that's because for me, Sundance was a big deal for me when I first went there. So it was like I relate that to like my youth and like finding success and like I got recognized the first time I got there. It was like a whole like, oh shit, what the fuck is going on with my life? So I did a movie called Zebrahead and that Oliver Stone produced, and that was
Wow.
and then it was just working since.
Yeah, I mean, you've had an incredible career,
Thank
man.
you.
It's I've been a fan for a long time.
Thank you, Nick.
Do you think Lisa Vanderpump is only revamping it so that she can get back on TV?
No.
How do you feel about Lisa? I mean, respect.
How do I feel about Lisa? I mean, I think that in what way? Like I lean towards the adoration. Do I think she's the greatest housewife of Beverly Hills? No.
No.
Do I think she's an iconic housewife?
Yes. I just more like on Vanderpump. I guess it's more thinking reboot. I don't want to see Lisa fake firing people again. I don't want the whole the lectures of like I'm gonna sit you down and pretend to give a shit about your mental health or your well-being.
I agree.
It's just like,
let me ask you a question, Nick, because you seem to be a sharp dresser.
What am I?
Say it again.
What am I?
No. You're gonna like this. Stay with
Okay.
me.
Just know.
Nick, are you jealous of Ken's shirts and all that stuff? Because I like is that cashmere? No, that's not cashmere. Ken would have cashmere.
Cashmere.
But he's got custom pink, purple.
He would. Ken would never wear some artificial rips in a jean.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Ken's an old-fashioned gentleman, and he dresses like a fucking gentleman.
Hell
He's a
yeah,
gentleman.
he does.
So what do you? The real question is, what do you think of Ken?
I think he's loyal.
Wow, man, you're a cold-blooded mother,fucker, man. You think he's loyal? Why you don't? So you don't like? So you think that he should have left Lisa? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I guess when you put it like that, listen. I think it takes a lot. I think it takes a special man and a strong-willed man and a confident man to play, sidekick to a powerful, successful woman that Lisa is, and not be unbothered or try to like you know what I'm saying? You see a lot of couples where they fight and they compete for success, and it's like and Ken has kind of comfortably known his place the whole time, and maybe behind closed door the dynamic shifts and it's changed, but publicly Ken has no problem living in Lisa's shadows, and I respect that.
I respect that too, and also I think that it probably has shifted in their relationship because I think at one point Ken was the man. He seems like he had a run. I don't know what he did.
Club owner.
That he was the fucking guy, and he's got a little older and he got confident, and he was like, you know what? I'm rocking this pink shirt. I'm rocking this custom purple shirt that a guy, another man, and I'm not going to point fingers, might not be able to wear.
You think I could wear it?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying some people might.
I've worn plenty of purple and plenty of pink. My high school colors were purple. Wore them loud and proud.
Okay.
How about that? Nick was a state champion in track for Wisconsin State.
Good for you.
Yeah.
What'd you run?
800.
Look at
And
this
400.
fucking guy, man.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking guy,
Yeah.
Nick, man.
Full of surprises.
Shit, man. He got the Americans photo book over there. And
Special forces.
You won that shit, huh? What'd you win? How much you win?
Nothing.
They didn't give you a... See, I wouldn't do it for nothing.
They pay you to go on the show.
They pay you while they're on the show,
Fuck
but when you
that.
quit 5 minutes in, or you let them torture you for 8 days,
You don't get a special prize for like jumping off a shit?
You get respect, self-respect.
Hell yeah.
Fuck that. I like that. I like that, Nick. I like that. So
I was like my wife and my future. I just found out that Nally was pregnant when I went on that show, and the whole time I was like, someday my kid's gonna watch this, and don't be a pussy.
Motherfucking A-right. I like that, Nick. I like that. You did it for the honey, not for the money. I like that.
That's right.
Good for you.
Nally saw the preview of season 1. She goes, "You need to go on the show," and immediately I thought to myself, my wife wants me to turn her on by going on the show.
Why don't you go on, Natalie?
You know what? Why don't you shut the fuck up? How about that?
Why don't you jump off one of those, walk across one of those things in the cold world, go in the water and all that shit?
You know who going on next season though? Denise fucking Richards. And I respect that.
She's going on?
She went on. She's on season 3.
Is it started yet?
No.
Not yet. It starts in January. But season 1, you do get to see Denise Richards, Bond girl, no stunt double, on a speeding fucking boat, jump
Episode
from
1.
the speeding fucking boat onto a speeding fucking helicopter.
I ain't doing that.
Denise Richards did.
Good for her. Good for her. What's her husband's name?
Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they seem I love Denise.
No, they seem to be doing good. I just
She's
like
a real one.
Yeah, yes. Denise Richards. I root for any actresses to kick ass. I don't like for them to be put in boxes or, I root for everybody in my industry.
Michael, this has been so much fun, man.
So
Do you think
much
you'd
fun.
ever come back or no?
On this show?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Whenever you're in
Hell
town,
yeah.
we would love to have you.
Yay.
Definitely. This was a real pleasure. And
Pleasure is all
awesome.
ours, man.
Thank you. This was dope.
Well, thank you.
What's
Can
the
you
name?
plug?
Yeah,
Plug.
What's the name of your
Plug.
podcast?
I am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, and the podcast with my wife is Rapaport's Reality,
Yeah.
which maybe you come on one
We'd
time.
love to.
Because the reason why we started the podcast is because on my podcast, it's a lot of shit talking, a lot of sports, a lot of pop culture. But I've had to, and I've had the podcast for 10 years. I have to curb my enthusiasm for my housewife shit. So
We can
when
talk sports too. I can go all day. I argued with Keyshawn Johnson yesterday for an hour.
on his podcast,
On his podcast.
I'm down for that too. But I had to. So me and my wife were like, let's do it. So we could just go deep.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: one of the best episodes and moments was Vanderpump Rules. The revamping, recasting was announced right before we started, and I saw it on my phone. And I said, "Babe, don't open your phone." She said, "Why?" I said, "Just don't open your phone." And I told her live. I mean, she almost fucking started crying.
That's
Oh my-
see. That's the authenticity we need to do here.
I love her.
We need to. Yeah.
She was crying out of sadness or joy?
Yeah, and I mean, we were both like,
Oh,
more and more. Like she was like, "No," and I was like, "You fucking said this is the end." I said, "You should have never put it out there." You
didn't
were
think
saying
it-
this is
You
the
blamed
end.
her.
I thought they were gonna do.
No,
one
I was
more.
just like, this is what happens because she was like, "It's over," and I was like, "It's not over." And I said, "Now you see, now you know."
I mean, that montage they put at the end of the last
Brutal.
episode, I'm
Yeah.
like, I thought it was
Tears.
over too.
Crying. These are the best. And then they're looking around. They don't know where the camera is. They're like little puppies with, deer in a headlight. They don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, one more story. So we saw James and Allie there. James crushing his DJ career.
At Kathy Hilton's.
Kathy Hilton's. Said hi. Love James. Love Allie.
Me too. I fuck with James. I fuck with Allie.
Took a picture. I hope James is okay with me saying this. James brought a friend. We met his friend. His friend seemed lovely. Nally and I were talking to some people like 15 minutes later. I'm the only one who saw this. Nally didn't even see this. Nally was immersed in a conversation with the other person we were talking to. And then James walks by. And then James turns around and he says to his friend, I forgot his friend's name. Let's just say his friend's name is Sam. And he goes, Sam, hold this now. And I was like, and his friend just grabbed the drink and James kept walking. And I was like, that's
the James Kennedy.
That was insane.
But you know what? That's the sober James Kennedy we all want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
We want him to be that we don't want him to be drunk to do. We want to be
No.
like, you want
He
to
was-
do that? Like that's who you are, motherfucker.
I was like 10 minutes earlier, I met this guy who he introduced as his best friend. And then 10 minutes later, he was barking orders and
He's
just saying,
DJ
hold,
James Kennedy, man. He needs his hands free.
Neon Carnival DJ James
The fuck do you
Kennedy.
think this
hold
is?
this now. And
Yeah,
I was
he's
like,
gotta
holy
go do
shit.
something.
Yeah, he was.
That's
man,
awesome.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I really felt like I saw something precious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saw something you shouldn't have saw, but you were happy
yeah,
you did.
I was, and I was the only one who saw it, and everyone else was just like in their own lane. You know.
I fuck with DJ James Kennedy. He's that dude.
I said to him last night, out of all, maybe other than Ariana, he ended on the highest of notes.
100%.
He peaked at the right time.
Yup. And he's doing good. And I wish them all well.
It's good to see him, Mike.
Appreciate it, my man.
Thank
Up
you.
next, Fortune Feimster. Symbiotica is a company that provides you with clean, easy-to-take supplements that will keep you healthy and ready to take on the day. They are formulated with the highest quality ingredients out there. Symbiotica is transparent about how and where they source ingredients to ensure you get the best products possible. Isn't it crazy that, there are so many supplements and vitamins out there that you can take that aren't necessarily made with the best ingredients? Well, it's true and it's sad, but it's unfortunately true. But that's where Symbiotica can give you the peace of mind that you are looking for. Their easy-to-take packets make taking your supplements quick, convenient, and enjoyable. I like to take some vitamins, but like most of you, it's easy to forget, especially when you travel and then you kind of get out of your routine. Not with Symbiotica. Again, those easy to take packets make it staying on that vitamin regimen much, much easier. Their magnesium L-threonate tastes like vanilla and supports brain health, increased focus, improves memory, and balanced mood. Their liposomal vitamin C supports healthy aging, boosts collagen production, supports healthy immune system, brightens your complexion. We trust Symbiotica with their ingredients. So many supplements contain fillers and harmful additives, but Symbiotica's products are made with clean and with intention. They don't contain seed oils, preservatives, toxins, artificial additives, or quote-unquote natural flavors. High quality, holistic health right at your fingertips. Be present and feel your best at life's most memorable moments. Go to Symbiotica.com/VIALL for 20% off your order plus free shipping today. That's Symbiotica.com/VIALL for 20% off plus free shipping. Mack Weldon is a men's clothing brand that sells underwear, socks, tees, and other basics. You want the men in your life to feel good and look good. Help them find the perfect sweet spot between comfort and style with Mack Weldon. Sweatpants are the best-selling fan favorites for a reason, crafted with microbrush French terry and featuring a modern tailored silhouette. It's a major upgrade for the men in your life. The Airnet X Boxer Brief will give his underwear drawer a upgrade. The unique mesh structure is moist wicking and odor fitting, keeping you cool, dry, and comfortable all day. Save up to 15% when you customize a pack for your favorite underwear, socks, or tees. Whether you're looking for light as air underwear, anti-odor tees, or sweaters with lightweight warmth, you can find the perfect gift for him all in one place at mackweldon.com/gifting. And right now, you can build and save up to 15% off a pack of underwear, socks, and tees. So why not upgrade your underwear drawer this holiday season? Get the perfect gift for him from Mack Weldon. Go to mackweldon.com/gifting and get 25% off of $125 or more. That's mackweldon.com, mackweldon.com/gifting. Fortune, we're the same age.
Are we? 44?
Good for us.
I know I don't look it.
Neither of y'all.
What I watch OC. I watch New York. I watch
The new one?
Yeah, the new one.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you about that.
I've watched the last couple seasons of Southern Charm, but not the early on seasons of Southern Charm. What else? Beverly Hills, Housewives.
Salt Lake City.
Yes, but I have not watched this season yet.
season?
I've been crazy promoting.
Fair.
So
It's a
You're really
treat.
Is it
when you get
good?
It's
Yeah.
so good.
I know. I'm excited. I ran into Heather Gay when I was in Salt Lake last time, and they were about to film a scene, and I was like, "This is such a trip."
And what happened? Can we start there?
Yeah, whatever. Oh, it's like this is it.
We are recording, and you said I ran into
Okay.
Heather Gay in Salt Lake City, and I was like, "This is the
Well,
content we."
I had met Heather Gay. Shout out, love the last name.
Yeah, representation.
I
yeah.
We had met
Hi.
before, or I don't know if we had met in person, but at least we're Instagram friends. And then I was doing a show in Salt Lake, and I was like, I'm just gonna grab a coffee before I take off for the airport. And I'm waiting for my coffee, and these cameras come in, and I'm like, what is happening? And all of a sudden, it's Heather Gay about to film a scene with, I don't even know who she was filming with, but she was all done up. And I was like, Heather. And we started chatting. And
I wonder if it was Brawin.
Possibly.
if I saw the scene, I would know what it was. She was,
Sharp or not?
it was a very distinct outfit that I can't recall. But when I see
The
Very
it,
lady
distinct
you
outfit.
didn't know.
Mary.
no, I didn't see who. I didn't
You didn't
see
know.
who she
You
was
didn't see
filming
who she
with,
was-
so it could have
okay.
been one of the cast members that I know. But she was all done up to have a coffee date and like
And hash it out.
As housewives do.
Mm.
yeah.
Talk
and it-
about how she felt disrespected, or
Yeah.
if she,
It was just funny
Yeah.
to see it in the wild,
Yeah.
you know. Because she was supposed to come to my. What was funny about it is that she was supposed to come to my show the night before, and she didn't make it because she got. And when I saw her, she goes, "I'm going to see you tonight at your show," and I was like, "The
That
show
was
was last night."
No.
And she was like, "No."
Do you recognize any of these outfits?
It was. I want to say it was like an Adidas outfit, so maybe it hasn't aired yet.
what is this website?
There's a
you're looking at,
website with
Joyce?
all the outfits.
Oh,
Every single
really?
episode, every Housewives.
Yeah, it
outfit.
was like an Adidas, like
And then like if you click on it, they get paid or something.
You can buy
You
it.
can find
really,
Oh.
man.
Is Meredith's little like tight, like little like short, you know, when she had the like knee socks? When she was like slaying in those knee socks. Is that on there?
Slay. I don't know. They
She looks
all
great.
have fun outfits on.
Should we create a website of all of our outfits on?
Why not?
Yeah.
Get those cowboy boots
And
up
we're the
there.
same thing every day.
Goodwill
No one's gonna
sweatshirt.
want to buy my shackets.
How have you been, Fortune?
How have I been?
Yeah,
Good.
I mean,
Busy.
you're crushing life.
Thank you. I have been working nonstop for the last 3 years.
We love
Just
that.
like no days off, but all good stuff.
But do you love your?
I love what I
You
do.
love what you
So
do.
I did 2 tours back to back in the last 3 years. They each were a year and a half, and they each were 100 cities and 150
Oh
shows.
my God.
And then I filmed 2 seasons of FUBAR in there as well.
Is that the one with Arnold?
That's the one with Arnold, yeah. And so I have not stopped, and then my special just came out, so I'll celebrate that, and I'm actually gonna take like a month off, and
Hell yeah!
Nice.
that doesn't actually involve no work, but
When you're on tour, is it always like other than like making money and touring, but
Mhm.
are you always working on like a special? And
yeah.
like practicing material and trying to build up like an hour's worth or hours plus worth of
Mhm.
material?
Yeah, so kind of how it goes now is you do this tour. Usually it's anywhere, people run it from a year to 2 years, some do 3 years. Mine has kind of landed in that year and a half mark. And then the way it's worked out special wise, I've put out one every 2 years since 2020. This is my 3rd hour since January 2020. So you run this material and you just build it and make it better, and then at the end of it you film it, and that's a special. So it was funny because someone DM'd me and she was like, I was expecting new material. I saw this on the road. I'm like, yeah, that's how it works. You perfect it. Not everyone can come to a live show. So you put it on Netflix for everybody, and then that's it.
Do you get a lot of those?
Not many, but I did write her back because I was like, oh, I do want to tell her how this works.
Oh.
So I wrote her back and said, you probably don't know this, but this is how it works. Because with music, they put the album out, then tour, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because you want to be able to sing along to the song.
Exactly,
so to
yeah.
speak. Yeah.
Whereas with stand-up, you want to, you want to kind of be surprised and not know what's coming.
Yeah.
But I find that the people that came to the live show really enjoy watching the special because they get to see how everything evolved
Yeah.
and what you took out, what you put in, what you changed. It's because it's always a work in progress.
How do you think your comedy has changed over the years?
I hope it's gotten better. I think it's gotten better. I think I've evolved into like storytelling, telling like longer stories and being comfortable in that. And I think I work really hard to tell a narrative, like a beginning, middle, and end, and bring it all full circle, callbacks. That stuff takes a long time. And I'm really proud of being able to figure that out. And I don't know, with this special, I try to elevate. I took a lot more time to think about what I was going to wear. So I had this big, bright, colorful suit that I had made. I wanted a shiny, fun, colorful background. And I think it made it really pop and just sort of showed I'm like the more adult version of myself, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And every special like tells where I'm at in life. Like Sweet and Salty was
Sweet and Salty was so good.
it was fun. That
Mhm.
one was me figuring out who I was, coming out. Those kind of awkward childhood stories. Good Fortune was me meeting my wife, getting married, sort of dipping my toe in adulthood. And this was Crushing It started with my honeymoon and my mom, my parents getting older, being married, all that stuff.
And we call it Taking Care of Biscuits because
That's the new tour.
that's the new tour.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can we talk about our love for biscuits?
Do you guys love biscuits?
I love
Oh,
biscuits.
huge
Really?
Biscuits and
guy.
gravy.
Yeah.
I love
Yes.
biscuits with breakfast, really. I'm not more of a dinner biscuit
I'm
guy.
not a dinner biscuit
Yeah.
gal myself. I'm a
Yeah.
breakfast biscuit.
But if you give me a breakfast biscuit,
They're tasty.
I'll take a biscuit in any way, shape, or form.
They're
anyone wants
really
to give
good.
it
I had to
me.
explain to the European watchers because they call cookies biscuits.
Right.
they call them
Oh,
cookies.
yeah.
They
That's-
call the cookies are biscuits to
So
them.
cookies are like a
Like a
What's
like
a
a chocolate
biscuit
chip
to them?
cookie.
they don't have
They don't have
our
biscuits.
version of biscuits.
That's why they're
the
like
closest
that.
thing they have is a scone, but that's like a dense
But I know what a
Mhm.
scone is.
sweet thing.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
the
Why?
same.
Why do we have scones?
I think that's an English thing.
Yeah.
That's what they have. Ours is biscuits. So
Yeah.
I just said it's like your biscuits, but
Better.
eight more sticks of butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Scones
fluffier.
Scones
Yeah.
are from
Fluffier.
Scotland.
Oh,
that
there
makes
we go. We're all learning
My
today.
introduction to scones was just watching Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
That's all I really know about scones.
An afternoon tea
Yeah,
situation.
I never really heard of them until
Yeah.
I watched Curb.
Scone.
That's how they feel when they hear about biscuit.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought your comedy special was hysterical.
Aw,
start
thank
from
you.
end, and apparently everybody else agrees with me because congratulations on top 10
Thank
for
you.
your Netflix
Yeah.
special.
It's been in the top 10 for the last 6 days. I can't believe it. It's
You're
been
crushing it.
number 6. Thanks.
It's a big deal.
It's a fun title because then people do say, "Hey, you crushed it. You're crushing
I would
it."
have fun with that.
It's really smart to
yeah,
know
I mean,
that.
it's so hard to break into the top 10 on Netflix, and they put the stand up with the TV shows that have like 8 episodes.
Mhm.
I got my one thing, so you're kind of banking on people watching that one thing, and it's really cool.
What'd you do for Thanksgiving?
I went to Michigan. My wife, her family's from Michigan, and we went and did like a big family thing there.
You guys are there every Thanksgiving?
We have been the last couple just because her family's really good at hosting.
She's from Chicago?
I met her. She was living there. She's from Michigan, but lived there for 12 years.
Okay.
And I visited my family right before, so I get credit for having been home near Thanksgiving.
Nice.
What about Christmas? What do you guys do for Christmas?
We are not doing anything, and I'm so pumped about it.
You two are just staying
We're
home.
staying home. We're gonna be bums in sweatpants making cookies. I
Perfect.
just ordered a tree. I'm a little behind. A 4.5-foot pink tree on brand with my pink suit.
Okay. It's
Yeah,
only 4.5, just a little guy?
I almost did the 6-footer, and then I was like, do I really want to like put up more lights? And then you have to like do all the branches.
The
down.
fluffing.
You have to fluff.
The fluff
But it's
is
pretty
miserable
easy.
work.
Nick,
Is it?
I hate
It
I hate a
seems
fluff.
like it would be, but I'm tired.
It's a 2-minute job.
Is it?
no,
it's not.
It's not
It's not.
a 2-minute
I-
job.
I just
It's
want-
a 2-minute job to you.
Everyone in the reviews, because I read the reviews, said it was like a 2-hour job.
Mhm.
Well, maybe I'm not fluffing appropriately.
I don't think you're
Probably.
fluffing
Not
enough.
properly.
Yeah.
This year, Nally did decorate the tree after
Yeah.
I fluffed. I fluffed.
You fluffed, okay.
Mm.
For 2 years though, we just put up the tree.
Yeah.
And it came with lights like this.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, that's fine."
And no fluff.
No, well, I fluffed, but no
Okay.
ornaments.
Mm.
Just
Right,
it just
right.
came with the lights. We put it up, and we
It's
had.
festive enough. You don't necessarily need
Yeah.
ornaments.
Well, we did fluff these.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
These are
fluff.
These are
yeah,
fluff.
But I'm saying our Christmas tree at home.
Right.
No ornament. Like this year, we actually decorated, but
Yeah.
we did fluff.
I think in every couple, you need the one person who's like the decorator, the planner,
Mhm.
the like, I love a holiday.
Birthday.
Yeah. And neither my wife and I are those people.
Really?
Mm.
So we're terrible at like, we never know what to buy anyone for a gift. So we're like, just give them a gift card. I don't know. Or here's a bottle of wine. We're not there's some friends you have that are just like so thoughtful. They're like, I remember that you like this thing that you mentioned 6 years ago. And you're like, what? Or they'll have like something made for you. Like, we're not those people.
I hate those people. I mean, I love those people, but it's like,
It's-
what am I supposed to do?
My
You know?
brother-in-law made me bookends with World War II grenades. attached
well, all
to the
right.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did they still work?
I hope not.
Are you a history buff?
I do like a bit of history.
Okay.
Yeah. And obviously, that's a gift from my heart. He whittled wood for me.
Wow.
That is
Wow.
a thoughtful gift.
Whittling.
I haven't whittled a thing.
So
for
then I had to
anyone.
buy him a
No.
grill.
See, I would want the grill.
Yeah, the girl. Yeah, like
I'm the more practical person. I'm like, grill sounds great.
Yeah.
This was right before Thanksgiving. And then Natalie, we go there, and she's like, "Jackson, you're going to die when you see Nick's gift."
Yeah.
I had yet to get him a gift.
Oh my God,
Um,
that's hilarious.
And I
She's just throwing you under the bus.
oh my God, yeah. And then I was like, I'll just get the guy like a Home Depot gift card.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and I'll
Get what you
throw-
want.
I'll get what you want.
Get more wood
and I'll
Mhm.
throw
to
to
whittle.
whittle.
Yeah.
you know, I'll put some money behind it, not just like you know,
Yeah.
you can buy a lot of wood with whatever
You sure
amount.
can.
But then she said the gift would arrive.
I
Mm.
mean, maybe
know.
it arrived with
it
you.
can arrive
in your
via a
presence.
card.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I
could've
don't
still
know.
worked
She
out.
really made it seem like he was going to deliver. Like, and then he like after Thanksgiving, he texts now. He was like, "Just checking in. When's it going to show up?"
Oh wow,
you know?
I've not checked in on a gift.
Yeah,
He really wanted that gift.
So then I got him a grill.
If nothing comes, I just assume the person like it got
They
lost in the
lied.
mail
Oh,
or they
yeah.
lied. Or they lied.
My favorite thing to do is like, I I ordered it and I haven't ordered it yet. Like on the day we're supposed to be like, it's in the
Yeah.
mail. And then
Yeah.
it'll come in like
The only
3
problem
months.
is like Amazon just like next day's everything now.
Yeah.
And now everyone knows you're lying.
That's why you say you got it on eBay.
There you
That's
go.
what I've been
Right.
doing. Mm-hmm.
I'm just concerned about next birthday. Now
Mm.
he did take my birthday was in September. I didn't receive the gift until like November.
Okay.
1st, yeah.
Yikes.
Then
Whittling's
whittle.
not done in a day.
yeah,
Yeah.
it does take a while.
But
to
he
whittle.
started whittling late.
Yeah.
This is running a little late. Is that what he said?
You know, it really felt like it was from the heart.
It does feel
Yeah.
very
It's
personal
like
and
brother
thoughtful.
to brother.
Yeah. You have
Yeah.
a lot of siblings, don't you?
I have 10. So I was like, oh my God, another gift.
Oh my god. How do you even keep up with that? Do you get every sibling a gift?
No.
Okay.
You stay out of the group chats.
Yes.
Mute. I'm when it comes, I'm a bad brother
Yeah.
in group chat,
I don't love a group chat situation myself.
especially when you're out of town.
Yeah.
And a lot of the conversations about what's going on in town.
You
Yeah.
don't need to be a part of that.
Then my family has like group chats for the siblings, and then some of the siblings. There's at least 6 or 7 different family group chats.
Yeah. Does your family do a thing where like y'all just like draw a number and you
Yeah,
have
we
to,
do a name out of a
that
hat.
that makes more sense.
and then
than getting like
but then they make it a
12
whole
yeah.
thing, and then it's like a
however many
secret. They
gifts.
call it a secret Santa, and I'm like, why are we keeping this a secret? I don't understand.
yeah.
And then there's a whole debate every season about like who's like boyfriend or girlfriends or partners are in
That's
it.
the whole drama. Yeah. We
Yeah.
just started doing a white elephant because all my siblings got married. And I'm like, I don't know what to get
Yeah.
like my brother-in-law that I see once a year.
Yeah, and then it was just
Fair.
like, then as someone who gets like a new boyfriend or girlfriend, you don't want to feel like their relationship isn't as important as the
Mm.
ones
But
that
it's
are
not.
real. But
It's
it's
really
not.
not.
Because, like, you're
Important.
probably
It's
gonna break
not.
up, and like somehow
Yeah.
then you're getting a gift from Eric.
A
I don't-
Yeah.
freaking Eric.
Yeah. And then there's like
Who
the
is
price
this person
limit.
at
And
the
you're
end of the
like,
hat that I have to give
Nobody
a
wants
gift
to buy
to?
I have to
Eric
spend
anything.
$50 for Eric. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
seem right.
I've had
or
to do that.
just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten Christmas gifts for people who I literally can't remember their names.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad
gotten-
y'all figured it out. That's
Yeah.
I barely can keep up with 2 brothers, so I can't imagine all of that.
You survive.
But you're doing it.
You
You're
just like
used
pick
to
and
it.
choose the ones to talk to, right? Or I don't know.
I mean, I absolutely love them all,
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
but I wouldn't have dinner with most of them
Mhm.
alone. Is that bad to say?
No.
Depends on which ones listen to this.
How many siblings
true.
would you have dinner with?
I like the ones that listen to this podcast.
Would you have dinner with all your siblings?
Well, there's only 2, so I would have dinner with
One on
them.
one, like a whole
Yeah.
conversation? Okay.
But we don't have that often. It is actually very rare to have that.
There you
Because
go.
when I'm home, it's only a couple times a year. So then the wife, the kids,
Mhm.
the parents, everybody's usually involved.
Just like a one and done. Everybody
Mhm.
Yeah.
comes,
Exactly.
have dinner with me,
One big thing.
and leave.
I have started trying to have a one-on-one coffee date with my dad
That's
because I
cute.
spend a lot of one-on-one time with my mom, but with my dad, I have to I could pick him up and we go, and he doesn't drink coffee, so he gets a hot chocolate,
Okay.
and we have a little
Mm.
daddy-daughter date.
So cute.
What do we talk about on Daddy
I
Daughter
mean,
Day?
that's the thing. There's not much to talk about
Yeah.
because you don't dig too deep, or at least I don't with my dad.
You're
So
not,
it's all pretty surfacey.
you're not asking him about his childhood trauma?
No. No, but I think it's just the fact that we
Yeah.
did it. He's like pumped about, and I like it too.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, not digging too deep.
Have you become like best friends with Arnold, or are we just like working colleagues at this point?
I mean, we're definitely friends for sure. Yeah, I was just at his house Saturday night.
Really?
Yeah,
Just hanging
he
out.
he had a holiday party. So
That's
that
pretty
was
cool.
pretty cool. Yeah, he always has this big charity event in October. We were at his house as well.
Was it like an intimate gathering holiday?
I was invited to one 2 years ago that was only like 30 people that I couldn't go to, but this one was like 140 people or something.
It's still pretty intimate.
Yeah.
30s.
I did go to Munich with him for Oktoberfest a couple months ago, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He was going anyway. Let me
Yeah.
let me be clear. He always goes, and me and a couple of cast members kind of invited ourselves.
Nice. What's
But
German Oktoberfest?
It's
like?
fun. It's like everyone's in a lederhosen and
Hell
drinking
yeah.
a ton. And he, of course, in Europe is like so famous. He can't walk, 5 feet without 100 people
Yeah.
descending upon him. So that was a trip. And he took us shopping for the lederhosens. And everyone's like, Arnold, and he's just like, we have to get a Lederhosen. Come on, let's go. And it was such a wild experience. But I was like, I have to experience Oktoberfest with him because he's the guy. The whole tent. So the tent's like 10,000 people, and they're all singing. They have a song they sing. That's like Arnold goes to Hollywood. Arnold goes to Hollywood. And he goes up there and he directs the band, and it's like another land.
Does he get a little sauced?
No, he's not a big drinker.
Not a big drinker.
Mm-mm. So it worked out because we finished the season of Foo Bar in Prague, so we went from Prague to Munich.
That's great. Is there going to be a season?
Well, season 2 will air sometime in the spring, maybe. We don't have a date yet, and then they see how it does, and then we decide. If we did get another season, I imagine that would be it. Everyone kind of envisioned it as a 3-season show, so we'll see.
That's pretty great.
But it was fun. I never thought in a million years I'd be in an action series
with
shooting
Arnold.
guns and running from explosions. I
Yeah.
mean, that was not on my bingo card.
No, did you ever shoot anything before that?
A handful of times, but not really. It's not something that, my co-star had to tell me how to hold the gun properly. I did not know anything.
Are you a lefty or a righty?
Righty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now?
I'm like, how does it work?
Do you feel stronger now?
Yes, a little bit. But if in a real life situation, we'd all be in trouble.
Yeah.
But I did have to keep myself from going pew pew pew.
Yeah.
Because you do naturally want to do
Have your
that.
machine gun voice?
Yeah. So I would shoot and I would go, and I was like pew pew pew, and they were like, don't make that sound.
Laura Dern did that in a Star Wars movie. though.
Really?
Yeah, you could see her like in her like great like little wig and whichever one she was in, and you see her going. Pew.
That is
You see her do
hilarious.
it?
Yeah.
Yes, you see it. If
It
you look
just
it up, you'll
comes
see it.
naturally because
Yeah.
you're used to just faking it.
Right.
Mhm.
Where did the pew 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 become the
Star
the
Wars.
Star
gun?
Wars.
Because they go pew 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 pew.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
where it came
Yeah.
from.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't.
Yeah.
My machine gun voice
I
was
could
more
be
like,
lying.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Because like fake guns back then used to be pow pow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Pow,
Star Wars
pow.
came and
Laser guns.
laser
Yeah.
guns.
Well, it's
yes.
because they wanted them to be like non-violent sounding, so kids could watch it.
Oh.
Yeah. But again, I could just be lying. I don't know.
You're just
It-
making things
I
up.
mean,
It could. You know when people
sounds
tell you
legit.
things when you're like 10 and you just believe them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be one of those.
We have not fact checked that.
Nope.
Have you picked up any new hobbies lately? Any
Oh gosh. I have been
anything crazy other than obviously going to?
right. No
Oktoberfest with-
hobbies other than so I do a podcast called Handsome with Tig Notaro and Mae Martin.
Oh, hell yeah.
And Tig's like a big health nut. And Tig got me into treading water, which I don't know if that's a hobby.
Is that
Like
good
in the
cardio?
pool?
Like in the pool,
yeah.
Because I was complaining about working out and my hip was hurting. Like
So this is like low impact.
low
Yeah.
impact,
Nice.
but
Okay.
still burns a lot of calories. She's like, and I have a pool. She's like, go in your pool. She goes, I do it for like an hour. I'm like, an hour? That's crazy. But now I'm doing it like 50 minutes.
Nice.
I'm
Yeah,
working
10
up
minutes
to
to
the
go.
hour.
Treading water
Yeah.
is like hard. Like
It's a good
it gets
workout.
exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole body workout.
And some,
Uh-huh.
and if I'll turn on a podcast and put it on the side, my phone on the side, and I'll just listen to the podcast, and I'll like tread water for a while, and then I'll swim, so it feels like I'm getting more impact, and then I feel great. So that's been my newest endeavor.
What temperature is the pool?
Well, I'm sure it's expensive. I have been heating it, and
You've been treading like in
yeah.
bath water.
Yes. My wife got in
Nice.
it one day. She's like, "This is like a hot tub." So I came down a few degrees, but
so we're not cold plunging yet.
we do have
No.
solar panels, so I think that helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
for any of
heated by
the-
the sun.
It's and all of that's connected to the solar panels, so I
Mhm.
think it's not. No
I think you're
one's told
saving-
me
yeah.
to calm
I think
down.
it's actually better for the planet for you to be doing
See,
that.
thank
yeah.
you. I appreciate that.
Otherwise,
support.
then what? You're not really
Yeah.
utilizing the panels.
Yeah, and then you're just absorbing the sun for what?
yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, we have reached a point in our lives where we're like, it can't all be about work. We need to like start doing things with friends again. Cause I think the pandemic kind of isolated everybody. And we're coming out of that and we're doing things, but it's different. I feel like we had more routines with people before that we kind of lost.
There was I think the pandemic gave us a comfort of like, it's 8:45.
Yeah, just be
Like,
home.
Just go to bed.
Yeah.
Honestly.
The
What's the
pandemic
point?
made it more comfortable to say no.
Yeah.
After the fact. And then we got like so used to being like, no. And then now it's like, wait, maybe I could have, I would want to go to that.
Yeah, there was like in the pre-pandemic, it was like, it's only 9. Like, what, what we can make use of like the rest of the night. Now it's like, why am I up?
It kind of killed late night.
Absolutely.
Like when I go around even New York, things are closing way earlier than they used to. And I was like, this is New York. Like
Sunset Boulevard on a weekend, ghost town.
Yeah.
And it like used to be thriving.
And now I have like, if I had a show, I'm like, I would rather add a 4:30 show than a 10 p.m. show.
Interesting.
It's like where people are at now.
Does that like
better laughs at the 4:30?
More people come.
Interesting.
They don't want the 10. They don't want the 10.
Like change the energy of like the show and like the
It's
type
weird
of stuff
if it's
you do.
still light outside.
Yeah.
If it's still sunny, you're like, this feels like it's too early. But if the time, if you're in the time where it's like dark at 4:45, then you're like, this is good.
Okay.
But
the 2-drink special stands.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're drunk no matter what.
Yeah. But we're just trying to find 25 for us will be about like balance. And I'll still work a lot, but finding more community and hanging out with friends and just trying to like do things that isn't always just me touring or
Like,
filming.
what kind of things you want to do? Like, you want to?
I mean, Lord, I gotta ask friends what they do. I gotta find out what's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe in healthy things like hiking.
Hiking.
Yeah.
Board games.
Game night. People
night.
keep
Game nights
saying,
can get pretty fun.
Yeah, people have been saying like we should have a game night, and then no one does it. So we're gonna make it happen.
We do that a lot.
You do a game night?
Well, we.
Oh, you just say it.
Yeah, we're like we should do a game night.
Yeah.
I was always anti-game night until I had friends that actually did game nights, and I was grumpy and high for most of the beginning. But now I've locked in, and they're really, really fun, and they can get
See?
pretty intense.
You have to just give yourself over to the game night.
Yeah.
You can't judge yourself. You just have to be like, we're being goofy. This is what we're all doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll attempt to do this. Ask me in 6 months how it's going.
How was Jeff? You came from Jeff Lewis.
I did. I was at his show this morning.
Do you have nice things to say about us?
He said to tell you hi. He really likes you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he loves
He's a little prickly.
He does not like to come on many pods. He came on yours, which is unusual.
And he called us a big show.
Yeah.
Wow.
I loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he usually spills some sort of tea, as the kids say. Did he spill tea on here?
I mean, he's got everybody in his Rolodex. It was like,
Wait,
shit,
he
my
said that.
friend.
Well, he said that Dorit blocked him. I guess that
Yeah.
was that
Oh,
tea?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about Dorit. He said he hadn't seen her at the park with her kids very often recently. That's what I
Okay.
remember.
He's fighting with Bryn from New York,
He's
right?
fighting with Bryn.
Yeah, because
That's
he
awesome.
he said something about her she didn't like, and then she called him a name on Watch What Happens Live
She called him
recently.
a pig. She said, ladies don't lay with pigs.
Oh yeah, that's
That's a bit
right.
aggressive.
Well, that's kind of what he said.
Yeah,
He was
that's what
like,
he said.
and he didn't say what she accused him of saying. So
Wow.
classic Bryn
Yeah.
twist, twisting the words.
Oh
Are you watching Roni this year?
yeah, I am. I like a lot of the Housewives.
We gave up on Roni.
Did you? This
Yeah.
new? You don't like the new cast?
It's just like after it's not that much the cast. I guess it's just I'm not enjoying their TV they're making.
Okay.
I didn't really love the whole joke. It just seems like a bunch of lovely ladies who I definitely want to be friends with,
Right,
who seem unproblematic.
but it doesn't make for
And
good
normal.
TV.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because they're trying to the whole pregnancy
Yeah.
making it was like a
That was
little
dumb.
A
it was
2-episode
making
prank
stuff up,
arc.
talking
Yeah.
about leaky pigeons a lot.
A
Yeah,
lot.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I could watch Jenna Lyons boil water and be entertained though.
Jenna
so-
Lyons, I do like Jenna Lyons.
She
Yeah.
seems lovely.
She's-
Yeah, but I definitely need
I mean,
more from her.
you do just love some of these OGs. That's what we started with the ladies like Ramona and
Sonia.
Luann and Sonia. Like
Mhm.
it is hard not to we love watching them when they do like the ultimate girls trip or whatever. You do kind of want. I get wanting to bring in a new thing, but I don't know.
I think they
love
just
the OGs.
messed up by carrying on season 12 or season 13 of
Yeah.
Roni. They should have been like Real Housewives of Manhattan, and then maybe there wouldn't be expectations for them to fill the shoes of the OGs.
that could have been a good thing. Or like Real Housewives of Brooklyn.
Yeah, 'cause I was like,
Oh my god.
exactly. But
Real
you're not
Housewives
giving,
of Bushwick.
Yeah.
Specifically Bushwick.
Yeah, you're right. And then we wouldn't be comparing the two.
yeah, because you're not giving me what Ramona and Sonia and
Yeah.
the chaos of like you're not giving us that. So it's like we're
Yeah.
just like, this isn't really a continuation. This
Mhm.
feels like a 180.
Yeah. Because I miss, I want Vicky on OC, like you just want some of
Totally.
these
Yeah.
people.
We had a run with Vicky last week.
You had her on?
We did.
Yeah.
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 Oh, wow.
Hot
How'd that
mic
go?
moment.
Oh, there was a hot mic moment?
Classic Vicky.
What did she say something bad?
No.
Not really.
I didn't see it.
She got off. She talked some shit, but it was all like good
Oh,
fun.
Who
And
is
then
Nick Viall?
We got her permission to air.
That's nice.
Said
I don't
hot
like
mic.
those gotcha moments.
No,
where-
we're not
yeah.
down for that. But we thought
Yeah.
it was funny, and
Yeah.
and we asked her permission, and she
That's
was
good.
gracious enough. To
I like
play
that you're
along.
on the up and up about it.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
also thought it was funny. She made a reel about it where
Oh,
she's
yeah.
like, I've got 400 meetings. It's her ordering a Corona on
Yeah.
the beach.
version of the story is wild.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Love her.
See, but she gives you what you want.
She is.
Exactly.
You know
She
what
wants
I
to be
mean?
an executive producer on OC.
She should be.
I think she should be too.
She should be on the show though.
she should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say the interview was like 20 minutes and like it was just chaos the entire time. And like, that's what I want
Yeah.
from
Exactly.
my housewives.
But
You
it's
want
like
her to whoop it up.
you have-
Yes, I asked her about it.
It's 20 precious moments of exactly how Vicky sees the world.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's through the
Mhm.
lens of Vicky.
She is.
Why
on her
only
own
20?
reality.
She just was in a hurry.
She had 400 meetings.
She was at lunch with her boyfriend.
Lunch on the beaches of Mexico.
Oh, hilarious.
Yeah.
Like you
Oh, yeah,
got
'cause
parasailers going by.
Yeah, because she loves
Yeah.
Puerto Vallarta.
And
She
it
was in
started
Puerto
with "You
Vallarta.
owe me," and I was like, "Huh?"
You owe
This is after she like called up my booker, and because she tried to move it, and I
That
was like, "Well,
is-
we can't move it. Like we have to.
Yeah.
we're supposed to
You
put out this episode."
you have all these things with you had Sandoval coming so late that one time.
well, that was
yeah.
special.
It makes me so sad I was not here yet. I
I
was just
know.
starting
Yeah.
right after that.
And that was only after Sandoval called me to do. He asked for a favor.
Yeah.
And I did him the favor. I said,
Right.
well, then you got to come on. my
You got to
show."
do it. Yeah. You scratch my
And
back.
I gave him a bunch of heads up, a bunch of calls,
Yeah.
and then nothing.
Well, dude, you showed up like hours late to his podcast, so
That's true,
you
there
know.
was that,
Yeah.
yeah.
You seem very time oriented to me. That did not track for me when he said that.
I am time oriented.
Yeah.
It's not that I haven't been late, but I will give you the heads up that I
Right.
am running late.
Yeah.
And
That's funny.
yeah.
He's just he's a trip.
how do we feel about the reboot?
I don't know. I mean, I've watched these guys. I mean, I came late to the Vanderpump party. I started many seasons in, but I went back and watched from the beginning. That's what I was doing with Southern Charm too. I started earlier and then went back.
I like doing that with my Bravo shows.
Yeah.
It's very easy to jump back and forth.
Yeah. And so I ended up getting really invested in them. So it is weird. Again, I don't know that it should be Vanderpump Rules then. It should be something
Mhm.
else.
Well,
Because
not to mention because Lisa has Vanderpump Villa on
Yeah.
Hulu, and that's like, what's the difference?
so you're not going to be getting, it's not going to be the same show.
Yeah. Or like abbreviate it. So it's like
Yeah.
Sir Rules or Pump Rules versus like Vanderpump Rules
Yeah.
season 13.
Yeah.
I would have liked one more season with all of them. I think they should have taken some time because obviously they filmed very soon after the whole scandal and it felt a little too raw. I think if they had done another season, probably Ariana would have come back. And that's all right. Just do it. But still do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mhm.
She's doing so many things now. I don't
She's on
think
the
she had any
Parade.
incentive to do it.
Right.
Her
Well, I think
story
the
had been
incentive would
told.
have been money. Because I think despite
Yeah.
all the things that she's doing, I think Vanderpump pays.
does
paid.
it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, it would have been nice to see, because Lala's, I don't know if she's kind of on the outs with people.
She's showing up on the Valley.
I would have liked to have seen her try to mend some fences. Katie's like having her moment where she's like feels like she's herself, like she's found herself now and everyone's on board with it.
Yeah.
I would have
Mhm.
liked to see her shine this season and also, navigate that friendship with Schwartz. I wanted one more season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still want I want a Tom and Tom season.
Really?
I want it to called Washed Up. And I
I
want it to be
don't know if they would want it called that.
whatever. Maybe it's a working title.
Yeah.
Closed for business.
We could have seen the closing of
for
Schwartz
biz-
and Sandy's.
Yeah.
You know, that,
Oh my God.
there's still stories to be
They're
told
girlfriends.
here.
Pour
You
one
know?
out.
Yeah.
They're dating. They're
Yeah.
out there.
Still got it? Question mark.
James is DJing. Let's see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know?
Did I see something? Was it real? I saw something that maybe Tom started his own lookalike because like lookalike contests are becoming a
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Did
He's
Tom
Everyone's
started-
having a lookalike contest. They all start in
Everyone's having a
Brooklyn.
lookalike.
I
Yeah.
cannot
Timothy
confirm that.
Chalamet was the first one, right?
Mhm.
They just had an
Yeah.
Ethan Slater one
Oh yeah, wasn't it
from
just
Wicked.
so?
You know, Ariana Grande's.
Yeah. Are you holding space?
I know that interviewer, and she's lovely.
You do know her?
But I do, and she's amazing.
It's just really been a moment for her.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and she's capitalizing on it. She was like in a Mac
Mac
commercial.
Cosmetics ad,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, "Go Tracy!"
Uh-huh.
But did you see the video where they asked
The response
Cynthia?
to the video.
Yeah,
And she
and
was
that
like,
was funnier
It
than
was so
anything.
funny.
She was.
Talking about the nails and being like tension.
Because that neither of them knew what was going on,
They were
and
all-
but both were like, I don't know, it felt big, so I started like crying, and then Ariana was like, I just wanted to be there, and she goes,
And
I
it-
don't know why I started tapping.
And then Cynthia was like,
Tension.
"Well, I wasn't sure how to be there." And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I was like, "How do you be there?"
So it was
How
like
do you
like,
be
be there?
there?
it was this like overly done big thing but everyone was playing into
Yeah.
it and didn't know why.
It is it just makes me feel so good as someone who like will have conversations with people and like be having a completely different
Yeah.
conversation with them and I have no idea what they're talking about.
It's
and
so
somehow
funny.
you just be there and you
Yeah.
get through.
And Tracy's such a great interviewer and
Mhm.
and like a kind person. So I could tell what she was trying to say, but it just was like came
think
out.
people were enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm in
Fun.
queer media.
And it just was such a great moment. And I love that Tracy's embracing it and having fun with it. And they are too. Because it ended
It was
up
really big for her.
yeah,
Tracy.
yeah. So it was very fun to watch.
Yeah. This is her Adele Dazeem. Like it's
Yeah.
awesome.
And there's even t-shirts with like the nails and
Yeah.
the finger.
I want one.
I want one too.
Did you watch Wicked? Are you a musical guy?
He
I
is
haven't
not.
seen it.
Okay.
I'm sure I will. I
Yeah.
hear it's wonderful.
It's really good.
It's
amazing.
If you
I'm
like
not a
if you like musicals.
I'm not a
if you,
musical guy, but I
Yeah.
do have a daughter, and I imagine, as I've said to the team,
Uh-huh.
that I'm sure I'll watch Wicked 300 times
Yeah, you will.
at some point in my
Yeah.
life.
Mhm.
You know, so like I'm just
You're
waiting for
waiting.
that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
That's
waiting.
fair.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
for the like. Can we
Yeah.
watch it again?
You're
Girl
holding space
dad.
to hold space.
Yes,
Yeah.
because when we do watch it, I want to be there.
Mhm.
You do.
I really
Yeah.
want to. I want to be able to know how to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to take
Yeah.
power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is long, but that was okay with that just because I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
a musical fan?
I love
You
musicals.
do love musicals.
But my wife does not, so she would not
And
have
how did
enjoyed
she
it.
feel about it?
She didn't go.
She
She
didn't
said,
go.
"Go with your mom.
Mm.
Okay.
Go, be, do."
Not with me.
Yeah,
And could musical people enjoy? I mean, because I do love. I respect a good voice,
yeah.
but I just
I think anyone who loves musicals probably loved the movie.
okay.
Mhm.
If you
That-
didn't love musicals, maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know. I also feel like it depends. Like if you love like filmmaking, cinematography, I mean, there's just so many cool
Mhm.
The
elements,
sets.
that go into
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I like to think of it as appreciative of the arts as the next person, but I don't think I've ever really watched a movie and been like, "Wow, this is like a really good set."
I will say I'm not usually like you, and there were moments in this movie where I went, "Holy cow,
Mhm.
that shot was incredible."
Yeah.
And I'm not usually a person that's like clocking cinematography. And the cinematographer is a female.
Alice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
and there were shots where like it kind of caught my breath a little bit. I was like,
Mhm.
And that
"Oh
is
my
that
god!"
as a result of you like just being more aware of
I didn't even
how
know.
TV and movies are made.
I don't even think. I don't. Maybe. I don't know. But there were shots like.
Mhm.
I don't know what they did, but there was like slow mo at times, and the stuff behind them was like so incredible. It really caught my eye in a way that most
Yeah.
movies don't.
The shots were seamless. There's
Mhm.
just so much going on.
yeah.
Choreography,
Yeah.
like
The clock, the whole
Yeah.
clock thing. And when they went into the Ozdas ballroom and it was underwater,
Mhm.
levitated.
The opening scenes of this field of poppies and
They built out that entire
Yeah.
set too. So it's like one of those things that when you know those facts, you're like looking at things and being like, wow,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
it was a movie that made movies feel magical again.
Yeah.
Which hasn't happened in a while. For me, at least.
Yeah.
I'm not a big. I haven't watched a lot of like Avengers. Maybe that's what guys feel. But I guess this was
It's like Endgame. It's Endgame for gays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Or
yeah.
anyone who likes music.
There
So
you
true.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Do you want to
put it
exclude
there.
the
Sorry.
Inclusivity.
All you
Yeah.
straighties out there. that
All the
love
straighties, come on, you know?
music.
I'm straight and I
Yeah.
spent my whole day yesterday watching the like
Straighties.
bootleg version of somebody filming the
I
original
did watch
cast.
the bootleg. The
Oh,
original
really?
bootleg. It is on YouTube.
I'm
for now.
obsessed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
it's really. It's a fun.
There's a lot of
one.
wicked rabbit holes on TikTok right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
The Peacock special.
is TikTok
Peacock
really going to
special.
go away?
I haven't gone on
We know.
TikTok as a consumer in a while.
Oh, really? I would have just assumed you were a TikTok guy.
What does that mean?
No dancing for you, or you're not doing the
Yeah.
I've
He was
tried
doing
it.
the apple dance.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I
eating
show
a
up on
Chili's
there, we
triple
post,
dipper.
but as a consumer,
Yeah,
I try to stay off.
it is a easy place to get sucked into, where all of a sudden you've wasted 2 hours, and you're like, "How did that happen?"
Mhm.
And will it get, I don't know. I think we've been worried about it being taken away for a while now.
Yeah, they have been like saying it's. They love to say things.
I did see a commercial for TikTok while I was watching television this weekend. So I'm like, it doesn't feel like they're going anywhere.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know?
Well, until they're gone, they're gonna be here,
Mhm.
so to speak.
Yeah,
Well, like Australia did that like social media ban for kids
for under 16.
which
Yeah,
is probably.
I
a
don't
good
hate
thing.
that.
It's probably good.
I-
but
yeah,
how do you
that's probably
enforce
good.
that though? I don't know. It's
I don't
not
know.
I
too
don't
much.
know, but I definitely think we'd all have a lot more time on our hands.
Mhm.
'Cause
I think those types of rules need to come from our communities, not our,
from the higher ups.
Mm.
you know,
Yeah,
not the laws. I don't know. Weird.
yeah.
You know, but what again? Above my pay grade.
Right.
Mhm.
Above my pay grade. Where can people find tickets on your tour?
On my
Fortune?
website, fortunefeimster.com. I'm doing some fun like California shows like Pasadena, Oxnard, Ontario, and Irvine, where I'm like working out new material. So it's kind of a fun like peek behind the curtain
Mm.
before I start the big tour.
And when you're like working, like you're truly working out, do you like preface that when you go out and be like, hey, I'm gonna like
Yep.
really just
Mhm.
I advertise
You
it
do
because
that,
I want
okay.
people to know that this is like me telling stories. I did one in Charlotte a few weeks ago, and people really enjoyed it. It's because you're kind of it's a very intimate setting. I don't do clubs anymore except for this. So it's cool in that way. Like I'm here, like I'm talking this close to
Yeah.
people, and I'm even like they even can ask me questions at different points. It's very interactive. So it's just a different experience. And then when I start the theaters in April, those are like 2,000 to 3,000 seat theaters, and I'm just talking to you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's
Yeah.
just different. But the theater tour went on. It's all on sale now. And I'll be going many places. This is just like a drop in the bucket of what's on sale right now. It'll be another 1.5 year tour of 100 cities.
FortuneFeimster.com.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Get
taking care of biscuits.
Your tickets taking care of biscuits.
That's right. And if
Do you
people,
do you cook?
I do not cook.
Okay.
Are you a good cook?
Yeah.
Oh, what's your thing? Are you like a griller?
Yeah, I like to grill, but I like anything in the
Yeah.
kitchen. I wouldn't say I bake very well though. So I
Okay.
feel like biscuits are more of a baking science.
Yeah. I can't do
thing.
any of it.
Not if you get the Red Lobster ones that they sell and just
Ooh.
pop them in the oven.
Cheddar Bay biscuits. Those are
That's not
tasty.
cooking. That's
Okay, speak
It's
for yourself.
warming up, but I have burnt some of things
Yeah.
like that, so it requires some skill.
You have to understand like how to use an oven,
true.
and not
Yeah.
everybody knows that. So
That's true.
have
Well,
some respect.
it's still not cooking,
Yeah.
but it's warming up. You can screw up warming up.
I'm
right?
so good at warming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mom can't cook for anything, so I did not have a good teacher.
What'd
She-
you eat?
I mean, she only had one dish she could make: barbecue chicken and a can of corn. So it got to the point though, I was like, I never want to look at barbecue chicken ever again in my life. But also, things would expire and she wouldn't check the date, and so my brother would start smelling the food after a couple of bouts with some stomach stuff, and she'd be like, "Stop smelling the food." And he's like, "Well, check the expiration dates before you cook."
Times have changed.
Yeah, so it was a wild time. But my grandmother was a good cook, and she would feed me quite a bit. Too much, actually. Where I was like, if I was upset, they would just shove like food in my face. I'm like, I feel better now.
Yeah.
Fortune, it's always fun chatting with you.
Aw,
Always
thanks.
fun catching up.
Thanks for having me. And if people want to see if I'm funny or not, check out my Netflix special, Crushing It.
It's very funny. You should check it out. All her stuff on Netflix is hilarious.
Aw,
And
thank
if you
you.
happen to see Fortune in town, it's an absolute great show. Be sure to get tickets, fortunefeimster.com.
Yeah.
For all things Fortune, check it out.
It was good to see you.
It's always great to see you.
You liking married life
I love it,
and
yeah.
baby life?
I'm really embracing dad-husband mode.
I can't believe, like, I know we're wrapping it up, but first being exposed to you on The Bachelor and Bachelorette.
I met you at Heather McDonald's
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
And you
then,
watched, like, the first time I saw you in person,
Yeah.
Heather's like, hold on. And then she jumped into my arms.
Yeah. I wanted to do that. You know how The Bachelor, the girls always run and jump.
Oh, yeah.
And I did that to Nick and broke his back.
No.
And no, you were very strong. He held me like a baby.
Wow.
But yeah, it's so cool to just see you evolve into husband and dad, and I love watching your journey.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, we've made it, Fortune.
Yeah, we got crushed ice. Woo! That's how
Let's go.
successful we are. That's the epitome of
Crushed
success.
We made it. Thank you, Fortune. Thank you, Michael Rapaport, as well, for joining us this episode. Check out Riley Green. We had dropped that yesterday as well for Going Deeper. And we'll see you next week. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.